Whispers of German scientists, driven by the desire to develop a weapon capable of repelling advancing Allied forces, are said to have embarked on the creation of a time-traveling object with the intention of helping them win the Second World War. The legend of the bell continues to thrive within the realms of UFO enthusiasts. This enduring belief has captured the attention of many, prompting extensive research into this topic, and causing some to suggest that German scientists may have succeeded in their endeavor. In the realm of unidentified objects, there exists a fascinating notion that the invention of a particular machine was a product of reality. Despite their defeat in World War II, the Germans managed to establish a reputation for their advanced weaponry. Surpassing Allied tanks in technological prowess, German tanks often held a technical edge on the battlefield. Additionally, they introduced fighter jets into combat, even before the Allies had the chance to do so. The infamous V series of terror weapons, including the V-1 cruise missile and V-2 ballistic missile, instilled terror and fear, although their strategic effectiveness was subject to scrutiny. These high-tech advancements showcased the Germans' innovative capabilities, contributing to their enduring legacy in the annals of warfare. In the year 2000, a renowned author and researcher by the name of Igor Witkowski published a book titled The Truth About the Wonder Weapon, which brought to light a fascinating discovery known as the bell. This mysterious artifact, with its intriguing origins and perplexing capabilities, has captivated the attention of historical researchers and shows how far a country will go in order to succeed. According to Witkowski, he acquired his information from leaked documents belonging to Jakob Sporenberg, an SS officer. These documents were made accessible to Witkowski by an anonymous source within Polish intelligence. However, the condition imposed was that Witkowski could only read and translate the documents without being allowed to make any copies of them. This revelation sheds light on the meticulous nature of Witkowski's research as he painstakingly studied and deciphered the content of these classified files. The experiments involving the enigmatic device known as the bell were conducted in Der Riese, a facility located near the Czech border in Poland. Extensive research conducted by Witkowski suggests that this enigmatic apparatus was situated underground. However, during the live experiments, an intriguing phenomenon occurred. The bell would mysteriously float upward upon the opening of a hatch. To ensure its stability, chains were employed, connecting it to a concrete structure that persists to this day. Witkowski has referred to this supporting apparatus as the henge, although some mainstream researchers argue that it may actually be the remnants of a cooling tower. However, others who have researched this topic have said that the cooling tower provided the perfect structure that was needed in order to test this mysterious creation. The bell, an intriguing object of considerable proportions, stood at an impressive height of approximately 15 feet, while its base spanned approximately 9 feet in width. Wrapped around the base were enigmatic symbols reminiscent of ancient hieroglyphics, bearing a striking resemblance to the peculiar symbols reported on the Kecksburg object. The external composition of the bell consisted of a sturdy and dense metal, commonly referred to as hard or heavy metal. Nevertheless, it is the intricate mechanisms and contents residing within the interior that truly captivate curiosity. In the realm of theories surrounding German technology, one of its fundamental aspects revolved around anti-gravity propulsion. As per the translated documents by Witkowski, the concept entailed the utilization of 2 counter-rotating cylinders. These cylinders would be filled with a remarkable substance known as Cerium 525, boasting a distinct violet hue reminiscent of mercury. It is noteworthy that Cerium 525 possessed an exceptionally volatile nature, necessitating its storage in a thermos flask standing 1 meter tall, which was further enclosed within a protective lead casing. This detailed account provides a comprehensive understanding of the intriguing anti-gravity propulsion theories prevalent during this era. During the period when the bell, an experimental device, was operational, any object or living being within a vicinity of 200 meters experienced severe harm, often leading to fatal consequences. As documented in the mysterious records, it was unfortunate that 5 out of the original group of 7 scientists involved in the project succumbed to various mishaps during the course of their experiments. The impacts of these injuries manifested in the form of crystal formations within animal tissues and the unusual gelling and separation of blood components. This information sheds light on the grave repercussions that occurred as a result of the close proximity to the bell during its active phase. Inside the bell, there existed a peculiar interior, adorned with a substance resembling a mirror. When activated, this seemingly ordinary mirror had the remarkable capability to reveal extraordinary visions of both the past and the future. It's reported that the bell possessed an even more extraordinary ability. It had the power to manipulate time and space, bending them to its will. In essence, this mysterious craft can be likened to a time machine, a mind-boggling invention that delves into realms beyond our comprehension. During World War II, the incredible advancements made by German scientists and engineers were acknowledged by their adversaries. The United States Army, recognizing the potential value of these technological feats, strategically dispatched reconnaissance teams to Germany during the war's later stages. Their primary objective was to secure not only the brilliant minds behind these innovations, but also the military technology itself. This urgency stemmed from the desire to prevent other powers, particularly the Soviet Union, from capturing these invaluable resources first. This operation, famously known as Project Paperclip, resulted in the successful acquisition of various assets, including the highly advanced V-2 missiles. Additionally, one of the most notable individuals obtained through this effort was the renowned aerospace engineer Wernher von Braun, widely recognized as the mastermind behind the V-2 missiles. Although the bell gained popularity in the year 2000, the initial mention of the device can be traced back to the 1960 book, Morning of the Magicians, where it was depicted as a creation of German scientists. As mentioned, described as a radiant and rotating apparatus, it was speculated to possess either an anti-gravitational force or even the potential to manipulate time, supposedly within the framework of a German anti-gravity program. These accounts offered an insightful exploration of the bell, unveiling its enigmatic nature and sparking curiosity surrounding its alleged capabilities. In a thought-provoking scenario, it's been reported by some historical journalists that the infamous Colonel Hans Kammler could have potentially exchanged the bell with the US military in exchange for his own freedom. It is worth noting that Kammler mysteriously disappeared during the final stages of World War II, and his whereabouts remain unknown to this day. While Project Paperclip saw the Allies repatriating numerous advanced German superweapons, including jets and missiles, there is no existing documentation indicating the capture of any iteration of the bell. This intriguing speculation raises questions about the potential fate of this enigmatic device and its possible involvement in secretive post-war dealings. In the realm of unidentified flying objects, there exists a persistent belief among some enthusiasts that the United States military not only apprehended prominent German scientists, but also engaged their expertise in the development of the anti-gravity technology associated with the bell. This intriguing notion is further fortified by the alleged occurrence of the Kecksburg incident, an event that unfolded in December 1965, when an unidentified flying object, resembling a bell-shaped craft, purportedly crash-landed just outside Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. Interestingly, the Kecksburg incident ties in with the bell, as NASA was involved with this object, and the crash happened during the same time as German scientists were hired there. Oddly enough, NASA said that all of the records of their findings were lost in 1987. So, was it possible that the German scientists who worked on the bell were taken on by the United States under the NASA program and told to work on a newer version of this bell, only for it to crash in Kecksburg, Pennsylvania? Strangely, another thing that's been pointed out by historical researchers is that the two objects are nearly identical in appearance. Kecksburg, a minute unincorporated rural community nestled in Mount Pleasant Township, Westmoreland County, Pennsylvania, finds itself situated a mere 32 miles southeast of the bustling city of Pittsburgh. It was over 50 years ago when an extraordinary incident occurred in this serene vicinity. An enigmatic object descended from the heavens and made its impactful landing within the confines of the nearby woodland. This peculiar occurrence, deemed of utmost significance, swiftly captured the attention of the United States military, who promptly dispatched a retrieval mission to secure the mysterious artifact. News reporters, state police personnel, and intrigued locals all converged on the scene, eagerly anticipating a glimpse of this otherworldly puzzle tucked away in the vast wilderness. As the story unraveled, it soon caught the attention of the nation, spreading like wildfire across the media landscape. Even to this day, a fraction of Kecksburg's residents maintain a lingering skepticism, their minds filled with curiosity and unanswered questions as to the true nature of the descending entity. The story starts on the 9th of December, 1965, when a phenomenon initially misconstrued as a luminous meteor captured the attention of numerous individuals across 6 states in the United States and at least 2 Canadian provinces. These states include Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Michigan, and New York, while the provinces encompass Ontario, especially in the city of Windsor and Quebec. Reports indicated that the bolide shed fragments while traversing the sky. However, there is evidence casting doubt on the notion that this fireball was, in fact, the infamous Kecksburg unidentified object. At the time, tracking stations and astronomers in both the USA and Canada concluded that the fireball or bolide likely extinguished itself, either burning up or landing near or in the western section of Lake Erie, approximately 150 miles north of Kecksburg. Additionally, the investigation, photographs, and sightings suggested that the object's trajectory was too steep to align with that of a man-made spaceship re-entering Earth's orbit. Nevertheless, recent research challenges the accuracy of these measured trajectories and proposes that the object may indeed have fallen to Earth in the vicinity of Kecksburg. In summary, on the aforementioned date, an extraordinary incident unfolded as what initially appeared to be a bright meteor captivated the gaze of observers in multiple states and provinces. While early assessments indicated a probable outcome for the fireball's fate, subsequent investigations have shed doubt on whether this event was truly a UFO, intriguingly raising the possibility that the object may have descended upon Kecksburg as previously rumored. The occurrence of the fireball, although not particularly unusual, still intrigued many observers. Fireballs, which are exceptionally bright meteors, are known to appear sporadically and often coincide with meteor showers. During the reported incident, the Geminid meteor shower was taking place, an annual event that typically spans from around December 4th to December 16th, with the peak activity falling between those dates. However, further studies revealed that the UFO in Kecksburg was not attributable to a meteor or meteorite. The initial sightings of the unidentified object in Kecksburg reportedly occurred at 4:47 in the afternoon, just moments before sunset, as witnessed by several individuals. According to these witnesses, the luminous object blazed a path through the cloudy skies, displaying a remarkable brightness. Interestingly, it appeared to deliberately decelerate and change its trajectory, veering away from the village as if to prevent a potential collision with any populated areas. Eventually, the unidentified object came to a rest in the nearby woods, seemingly executing a controlled landing. From a distance, observers noted indications of intelligent guidance as the object smoothly descended to the ground. Furthermore, multiple reports mentioned the occurrence of a sonic boom, accompanied by vibrations and a distinct thudding sound upon impact. However, contrary to expectations of a high-impact collision, the object did not leave behind any significant evidence, such as a noticeable crater or a deep pit. Instead, individuals who later arrived at the scene attested that the object had only slightly penetrated the ground, suggesting a relatively shallow submersion. The absence of a significant impact site further intrigued and puzzled those investigating the incident. This carefully documented account of the Kecksburg sighting provides a comprehensive and detailed examination of the events that unfolded. By expanding upon the original text, we gain a deeper understanding of the witnesses' observations and the curious nature of the unidentified object's landing. According to various witnesses, there were sightings of blue smoke emanating from the area, while others noted the presence of a blue glow surrounding it. It is worth mentioning that both the blue smoke and glow were only temporary phenomena. In response to these sightings, the Kecksburg Volunteer Fire Department promptly mobilized to investigate, presuming it to be an airplane crash accompanied by a potential fire. Interestingly, the object that had fallen from the sky did not resemble a typical meteorite, but bore more resemblance to a satellite or some form of spacecraft. The incident attracted significant attention, drawing in numerous curious individuals, including journalists, television and radio news reporters from different parts of the area, including the nearby city of Greensburg. Together, they embarked on a collective search for the mysterious object that had descended from the heavens to the Earth's surface. Local authorities were present at the scene, and soon after, personnel from both the United States Air Force and United States Army arrived to investigate further. Notably, among the investigative team that arrived, there was a specialized unit of men, outfitted in fire-resistant suits. These individuals were equipped with Geiger counters and other sophisticated tools necessary for accurate scientific analysis. Their presence added an element of meticulousness and expertise to the investigation. The comprehensive exploration of this incident allows us to delve into the details of the witnesses' accounts and the subsequent response by various entities involved. The military swiftly established a perimeter around the vicinity using ropes, conscientiously instructing civilians to evacuate the area. In an effort to maintain strict control, they resorted to pointing guns at curious onlookers, compelling their withdrawal. Unbeknownst to the military at the time, there were actually a significant number of townspeople already situated deep within the surrounding woods, near the site of the crashed space-traveling vessel. Quite a few witnesses had the opportunity to closely observe the peculiar craft. This unidentified object resembled the shape of an acorn and boasted a considerable size, comparable to that of a Volkswagen Beetle car. The downed spacecraft exhibited a radiant golden hue, lacking any visible external protrusions such as antennas, and was adorned with inscriptions of an unfamiliar script towards its base. Resourceful individuals managed to hurriedly transcribe these enigmatic writings onto paper before being relocated by the military. Allegedly, some local residents were able to capture photographic evidence of the spacecraft, but their films were promptly confiscated by the vigilant military personnel. Jerry Betters, an acclaimed jazz vocalist from Pittsburgh, emerged as a significant eyewitness during the 40th anniversary of the incident. According to Mr. Betters, the saga began on the evening of December 9, 1965, when he first caught wind of the crash through a radio broadcast. Driven by curiosity, he courageously embarked on a journey to the crash site, accompanied by a group of like-minded individuals. Despite encountering roadblocks erected by the military along the main routes, Betters relied on his knowledge of the lesser-known back roads to successfully navigate his way to the scene. Upon arrival, a remarkable sight unfolded before his eyes. Soldiers peppered the area, their presence accentuated by the noticeable presence of high-ranking military officials and individuals adorned in laboratory attire. Intriguingly, this peculiar aircraft exhibited mystifying hieroglyphic inscriptions, providing a tantalizing glimpse into an unknown and exotic world. Acting with precision and efficiency, the military personnel swiftly loaded the craft onto a flatbed truck, which promptly disappeared into the depths of the surrounding woods. One explanation that gained significant popularity regarding the object retrieved on that December evening was that it could have been a fallen satellite from either Russia or the United States. This explanation appears to serve as a plausible cover story for the military's involvement. However, many who have investigated this story have reservations regarding the satellite theory. The first account revolves around the re-entry of the Russian Cosmos 96 Venera-type spacecraft, which was launched on December 9, 1965, coinciding with the Kecksburg object. This particular spacecraft was part of a failed mission intending to send a Russian spacecraft to Venus. Regrettably, it encountered a malfunction that resulted in the loss of control, prematurely terminating its flight trajectory and causing it to crash in Canada. Intriguingly, the Air Force tracking data pertaining to the Russian satellite indicates that it fell 13 hours prior to the Kecksburg incident. Furthermore, this timing was successfully corroborated by NASA. These significant pieces of information lend credibility to researchers' doubts surrounding the satellite explanation. With an in-depth exploration of the events, it becomes clear that the fallen satellite narrative presents an incomplete understanding of what transpired in Kecksburg that evening. By enriching our analysis and considering additional factors, we can better grasp the intricacies of this mysterious incident. Another theory of the Kecksburg unidentified object sighting is the possibility of it being a fallen USA satellite, the General Electric Mark II, which the USA Air Force launched as a spy satellite. But official records of the General Electric Mark II satellite launches do not confirm such a satellite passed over the Kecksburg area or after the object was retrieved by the military. However, the General Electric Mark II does have a shape that could be described somewhat like the Kecksburg unidentified object. One of the most fascinating observed assertions revolved around the peculiar inscriptions discovered on the Kecksburg object situated at its base. Investigators maintained that these inscriptions bore a striking resemblance to hieroglyphics, a form of written language historically attributed to the ancient Egyptians. Remarkably, no known earthly satellites display such writings. These inscriptions appear to belong to a foreign language hitherto undocumented on our planet. Exploring potential similarities between previously encountered unidentified flying objects and the Kecksburg phenomenon might shed light on this intriguing discovery. Extensive investigations have been conducted regarding the notorious incidents of flying saucer crashes at New Mexico and Aztec, New Mexico in 1947. Remarkably, these investigations have revealed intriguing connections to another reported flying saucer that purportedly crashed in Mexico in 1950, subsequently recovered by the United States Army. The crash in New Mexico provided compelling evidence, as it unveiled the presence of humanoid entities who possessed an uncanny resemblance to ordinary human beings. However, what set them apart was their distinctively diminutive stature, with the majority measuring a uniform height of a mere 3 feet. It's just been announced that the Peru entities are still being encountered, with a professor living in the Peru village saying that they have tried to take them down with bullets, but noted that they are not effective, further adding that the beings have silver silhouettes and hover 2 meters from the ground. This is just the latest account in regards to the mysterious entities that have been reported throughout Peru. In various secluded villages throughout Peru, locals have reported seeing luminescent objects darting above the area. Those who have been investigating this story have said that entire villages have gathered outside in order to witness these mysterious objects. One local said that one of the crafts descended, landing on a plateau near the village. From it emerged beings that looked nothing like any human. They were tall, slender, with silvery skin that seemed to morph and change, with others saying that their eyes are big. As of right now, panic has gripped the villagers. One of the locals said that he took his grandfather's rifle and aimed it at the approaching being. Without hesitation, he fired. However, although the bullet hit the entity, he reported that it didn't do anything and said that the creature continued on its way. Other villagers fired their own acquired weapons at the beings, yet each bullet, arrow and stone met the same invisible barrier, leaving the entity untouched. One local said that although news outlets are no longer covering the story, their community is still encountering the entities throughout the night, saying that glowing, unidentified objects have been seen moments before they are witnessed. Oddly enough, residents who reside in a rural region in the northeastern part of Lima, Peru, assert that they regularly come across towering creatures standing at 7 feet in height, and have said that these encounters have been happening for years. These enigmatic beings are described as having armored bodies and unique characteristics, such as oversized heads and yellow eyes. According to the knowledgeable villagers, there have been continuous nighttime attacks on their community since July 11th. The incident involving a woman has led to a prevailing sense of fear and unease within the community. This distressing incident has left members of the community feeling uneasy, making it challenging for them to find comfort and relaxation as they consistently experience a sense of danger. Interestingly, a video of the incident was made public, with some viewers describing the figure seen as human-like, while others observed that it had characteristics resembling a bug. The members of the Iquitu community, who possess in-depth knowledge about their land and traditions, have raised concerns about the presence of advanced entities. They assert that these beings are unaffected by the conventional hunting tools used by the indigenous people. Requesting aid from the Peruvian military, the community seeks protection from these intergalactic intruders. As per their descriptions, the aliens wear protective suits and possess remarkable levitation abilities, facilitated by spherical footwear that emits a red glow. Jairo Riategui Avila, a community leader, identified the creatures as beings from another planet. These mysterious entities have been likened to pelikaras by specific locals, who view them as strange beings. People are now certain that the theory of miners being on jetpacks was put forward in order to downplay what's happening in Peru. Those who have been investigating this story have said that the jetpack theory now lacks any credibility. Oddly enough, some residents have said that military officials have been seen throughout the area and said that it's like they are searching for something. Many have also said that it's the first time they have ever heard of gold miners using jetpacks, and again pointed out that they would require heavy-duty equipment to mine gold from a river. Online users have said that this story doesn't add up, and note that they are likely using illegal miners as a way to distract people from what's actually happening throughout the area. What's interesting about this story is that it's not the first time that this has happened, and residents who live close to the region have said that these 7-foot-tall entities have been encountered before. The Iquitu informed journalists that the recent invasion, which started on July 11th, has subjected the residents to relentless assaults by mysterious beings. However, many locals have said that news outlets have twisted their words and said that the entities were not wearing grey clothing, but rather their actual skin was grey, and that the entities gave off no noise and no jetpacks were seen during these encounters. On top of this, these entities were not affected by their weapons and had the ability to give off a blinding light, which would disorient the eyewitnesses. Some have suggested that a possible cover-up is happening, and that the illegal activities are being used as a front for what's happening right now. Others backed this up by saying that the entities were over 7 feet tall and were very slender. As of right now, officials are trying to suggest illegal miners as a possible cause, but as some have said, human miners are not immune to bullets. According to Jairo Avila, an Iquitu leader, he stated to the local radio network that these individuals are extraterrestrials. Avila admitted to the local radio station that he fired 2 shots at them, but instead of falling, the entity stood up and vanished. The mysterious events in the community have caused fear among the residents. Peru's history with unidentified object sightings can be traced back to pre-colonial times. Ancient petroglyphs found in regions like Nazca, famous for its mysterious lines and geoglyphs, hint at beings from the stars and objects that could easily be interpreted as spacecraft. While these interpretations can be speculative, they set the stage for Peru's relationship with unexplained aerial phenomena. In modern times, Peru has been a hotspot for unidentified object sightings. Cities like Cusco, Lima, and Puno have recorded multiple events where glowing orbs or crafts were observed, often by multiple witnesses and sometimes even captured on camera. Their shapes and behavior vary, but their luminescent nature remains a constant, distinguishing feature. The cultural response to these glowing, unidentified objects in Peru is as diverse as its landscape. For some, especially within indigenous communities, these lights are not new. They're seen as spirits or beings from other realms, long described in their oral traditions. To them, the glowing crafts aren't necessarily extraterrestrial, but interdimensional, bridging the gap between our reality and others. The scientific community has typically approached the topic of unidentified objects with skepticism, emphasizing natural explanations for most sightings. In the case of Peru's glowing unidentified objects, explanations range from atmospheric anomalies and ball lightning to military exercises and misidentified aircraft. In recent years, with declassified information from global defense agencies admitting the presence of unidentified aerial phenomena, there's a renewed interest in examining such claims more critically. It's crucial to differentiate between the acknowledgement of unexplained phenomena and the confirmation of advanced life. While the former merely states that there are flying objects that cannot be immediately identified, the latter makes a definitive claim about their origin. In a small, picturesque French town, nestled among the rolling vineyards of southwestern France, a tranquil evening was about to be disrupted by an extraordinary sighting. This user on social media captured a mysterious event on camera. Armed with his camera, he patiently awaited the perfect moment to capture the sun's descent into the horizon. But as he gazed through his camera's viewfinder, he noticed something unusual in the frame. 3 large, luminous orbs hung suspended in the sky just above the horizon. Their radiant orange glow contrasted starkly against the darkening evening sky. The photographer, thinking it was a trick of the light or perhaps a smudge on his lens, lowered the camera and peered at the horizon with his eyes. The orbs remained vivid and mesmerizing. The people around him had also taken notice of the orbs. The man said that he was intrigued by the objects, and he knew he had to capture this extraordinary sight. He raised his camera once more and aimed it at the orbs. They seemed to hang in the sky, motionless, yet pulsating with an ethereal energy. As he continued to photograph the orbs, the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm golden glow over the bay. The photographer said that he couldn't help but feel that he had stumbled upon something extraordinary, a phenomenon beyond the ordinary scope of a sunset. These orbs, with their vibrant and mysterious presence, seemed to defy conventional explanation. As twilight descended upon the bay, the orbs gradually dimmed, their glow softening until they became mere specks in the darkening sky. The man's camera had captured the remarkable sequence of photographs, each frame preserving the essence of their presence. The man shared the photographs to social media, capturing the attention of experts, astronomers, and UFO enthusiasts. Some suggested the orbs might be natural phenomena or atmospheric anomalies, while others entertained the possibility of advanced visitation. As of right now, various theories have been put forward to explain what these objects are, with those who investigate the unknown saying that these orbs are commonly witnessed all around the world. Unidentified flying objects have fascinated and perplexed humanity for decades. Among the various types of sightings, one category stands out for its unique and elusive nature: orb UFOs. These mysterious, glowing spheres of light have been witnessed in the skies all over the world, sparking debates, theories, and a sense of wonder among both skeptics and believers. Orb unidentified objects are characterized by their spherical or circular shape and their tendency to emit light, often brightly glowing in various colors. These orbs are typically reported as self-illuminated objects that appear to move with intelligence and purpose. Unlike conventional aircraft, they lack wings, fuselage, or visible propulsion systems, adding to their enigmatic nature. Orb sightings have occurred all over the world, with accounts dating back centuries. These sightings range from isolated eyewitness reports to multiple witnesses, observing the same phenomenon simultaneously. Over the years, a number of mysterious orb-shaped objects have been witnessed. In the quiet countryside of rural England, nestled amidst rolling hills and hidden away from the bustling cities, lay a series of secretive military bases. These bases, cloaked in mystery and surrounded by tight security, were known for their role in safeguarding the nation's defense secrets. Little did anyone know that above the tranquil English countryside, a remarkable phenomenon was about to unfold. The first reports came in from RAF Lakenheath, a Royal Air Force base in Suffolk. On a clear summer night, a squadron of fighter pilots was conducting routine training exercises. As they soared through the night sky, they noticed a series of unusual luminous orbs dancing above the base. The orbs, glowing with an ethereal radiance, seemed to move with an intelligence that defied explanation. At first, the pilots believed they were witnessing a secret military exercise. However, as they radioed their base, they received a perplexing response. No authorized exercises were taking place in the area. The mystery deepened as the orbs continued to dart and weave, executing maneuvers beyond the capabilities of any known aircraft. Word of the encounter quickly spread among the base personnel, and soon the entire RAF Lakenheath was abuzz with speculation. The military, faced with a situation they couldn't readily explain, initiated an internal investigation. In the days that followed, additional sightings of orb unidentified objects were reported from other military bases across the United Kingdom. RAF Bentwaters, another Suffolk-based airfield, experienced similar encounters. RAF Cosford in Shropshire and RAF Shawbury in Shropshire also reported sightings of the mysterious orbs. The orb unidentified objects, it seemed, had an uncanny affinity for military installations. They would appear above the bases, often hovering silently for hours, before suddenly accelerating and vanishing into the night sky. Radar operators were perplexed by the object's ability to appear and disappear without a trace. As news of these sightings reached the public, speculation ran wild. Enthusiasts who researched the unknown proposed theories ranging from secret military technology to advanced visitations. Media outlets scrambled to cover the story, while government officials and military authorities remained tight-lipped. Within the military, a team of experts was assembled to investigate the phenomenon. They reviewed radar data, interviewed witnesses, and conducted exhaustive analyses. However, the elusive nature of the orbs and the lack of any conclusive evidence left them with more questions than answers. Then, a breakthrough occurred during a routine radar analysis. An astute radar technician noticed a pattern in the orbs' appearances. They seemed to favor certain locations and timeframes, appearing above the bases on specific nights, often during training exercises or when certain equipment was operational. This discovery led to a daring experiment. Military commanders decided to coordinate a night where multiple bases across the UK would engage in training exercises while deploying certain equipment simultaneously. The hope was that the orbs would appear once more, providing an opportunity to observe and track their movements. As the night of the coordinated exercises arrived, anticipation ran high among military personnel. The sky was clear and the bases were buzzing with activity. As the designated time approached, radar operators scanned the skies and fighter pilots soared into the dark expanse. Then it happened. Above RAF Lakenheath, RAF Bentwaters, RAF Cosford, and RAF Shawbury, the orbs appeared once more. This time, they seemed more numerous, forming intricate patterns in the night sky. Radar operators tracked their movements as they circled above the bases. As the orbs executed their maneuvers, a sense of awe and wonder filled the military personnel. These objects, with their graceful and intelligent movements, were unlike anything they had ever encountered. There was a palpable sense that they were witnessing something extraordinary. Despite the thorough observations and data collected that night, the orbs eventually departed, vanishing into the vastness of the night sky. The military's investigation yielded no definitive answers, and the phenomenon remained shrouded in mystery. Another interesting account is that of unidentified orbs observed out in the ocean. In the vast expanse of the world's oceans, where the horizon meets the infinite blue, the crew of the USS Orion sailed through calm waters under a starlit sky. As part of a routine naval exercise, the ship's crew conducted their nightly duties, their thoughts drifting toward home and loved ones waiting on distant shores. Lieutenant Commander Mitchell, a seasoned officer with a passion for stargazing, stood on the ship's deck, peering through her binoculars at the night sky. As she scanned the heavens, her gaze was drawn to an unexpected sight. Above the USS Orion, a cluster of luminous orbs hung in the night sky. They glowed with an otherworldly radiance, their movements graceful and deliberate. She blinked in disbelief, convinced that her eyes were playing tricks on her. She lowered her binoculars and stared at the orbs with her eyes. They remained, hovering silently above the ship, casting an eerie yet mesmerizing glow. Word of the sighting quickly spread among the crew, and soon, sailors and officers alike gathered on the deck to witness the phenomenon. Their expressions ranged from awe to disbelief as they stared at the orbs, which seemed to defy the laws of physics. As they watched, the orbs began to move, executing maneuvers that defied any conventional explanation. They glided through the night sky with precision, shifting from formation to formation as if engaged in a complex dance. The USS Orion's radar systems picked up the objects, confirming their presence. Lieutenant Commander Mitchell, her curiosity piqued, couldn't help but feel that these orbs were unlike anything she had ever encountered. They weren't part of any known naval exercise, and their intelligent movements suggested a level of control beyond human capabilities. The sighting above the USS Orion was not an isolated incident. Similar reports began to emerge from other Navy ships patrolling the world's oceans. From the Atlantic to the Pacific, from the Mediterranean to the Indian Ocean, naval personnel witnessed orb UFOs hovering above their vessels. The orbs seem to have a particular affinity for Navy ships engaged in sensitive operations. On more than one occasion, they appeared above aircraft carriers and submarines during exercises or deployments. They would linger for hours before vanishing into the night sky. Rumors and speculation ran rampant among the sailors. Some believed the orbs were a secret military project, while others entertained the notion of extraterrestrial visitations. The absence of a definitive explanation only fueled the intrigue. Within the Navy, a team of experts was assembled to investigate the phenomenon. They reviewed radar data, interviewed witnesses, and analyzed the orb's flight patterns. However, the elusive nature of the objects and the lack of concrete evidence left them with more questions than answers. As the sightings continued, crew members stood ready on deck, their eyes fixed on the night sky as they executed maneuvers and deployed equipment. Radar operators closely monitored their screens. Then, as if on cue, the orbs appeared. Above the Navy ships, they glowed with a radiant intensity, casting a surreal glow on the water below. As the ships executed their maneuvers, the orbs seemed to respond in kind, maintaining their presence above the vessels. The coordinated effort provided a wealth of data and observations. The orbs' movements were tracked and recorded, and their interactions with the ships were carefully documented. Yet, despite the meticulous observations, their origin and purpose remained elusive. In the years that followed, the phenomenon of orb UFOs above Navy ships persisted, defying explanation and captivating the imaginations of those who witnessed them. They became a part of naval lore, a reminder that even in the depths of the ocean, there existed mysteries that transcended human understanding. The mysteries of the cosmos have captured the attention of humanity. Among these enigmas, few are as captivating as the phenomena involving unidentified objects seen in proximity to celestial bodies. One such remarkable event unfolded when a huge unidentified object was allegedly captured near the Sun through NASA's helioviewer, a solar observatory tool. NASA's helioviewer is a state-of-the-art solar observatory that allows scientists and enthusiasts to explore the Sun's activity in unprecedented detail. Through high-resolution images and videos, the helioviewer provides insights into solar phenomena, including solar flares, prominences, and coronal mass ejections. This sophisticated tool inadvertently turned its gaze towards an unexpected and intriguing subject, an unidentified object in the vicinity of the Sun. In the realm of astronomical mysteries, the sighting of an unidentified object near the Sun adds another layer of intrigue. The footage purportedly captured by the helioviewer shows an unidentified object hovering to the right of the Sun. The object's close proximity to the Sun and its apparent size raise questions about its nature, origin, and its ability to withstand the Sun's intense heat and radiation. As with many sightings, explanations range from natural phenomena to advanced encounters. Oddly enough, this isn't the first time that an object of this size has been observed close to the Sun. The idea of an unidentified object venturing close to the Sun holds a certain allure for those fascinated by the possibility of advanced life. The Sun, as the source of energy for our solar system, might also be an attractive point of interest for advanced civilizations seeking to harness its immense power. If such civilizations exist, their curiosity about celestial bodies like the Sun could lead them to venture into uncharted territory, potentially revealing themselves through anomalous sightings like the one captured by the helioviewer. The encounter with an unidentified object near the Sun raises several challenges and controversies. One major challenge is the extreme conditions near the Sun, including intense heat and radiation. Earth-based technology, as we understand it today, would struggle to withstand such conditions. The theoretical capabilities of an advanced civilization, capable of navigating such a hostile environment, would surpass our current understanding of engineering and physics. The scientific community is no stranger to these sightings and claims. However, the challenge lies in verifying and validating such claims using rigorous scientific methods. Without concrete evidence, claims of these sightings can be met with skepticism. In the case of this object that was captured near the Sun, Rigorous scrutiny and examination are essential to determine whether the observed phenomenon is indeed a genuine unidentified object or an artifact of data processing. The sighting of this object triggers questions about the potential interactions between advanced civilizations and celestial bodies. If civilizations possess the capability to approach and study stars like our Sun, it suggests an astounding level of technological mastery. Furthermore, such an encounter could hold implications for our own understanding of space exploration, the search for advanced intelligence, and our place in the cosmos. Mysterious sightings, whether near the Sun or within our own atmosphere, fuel curiosity and inspire exploration. They challenge our perceptions of reality, encouraging us to question the limits of human ingenuity and the possibility of encountering life beyond Earth. While skepticism remains a critical aspect of scientific inquiry, these mysteries ignite a spark that compels us to delve deeper into the cosmos, seeking answers to questions that transcend the boundaries of our planet. NASA has recently made the decision to entrust a group of 16 individuals with the task of conducting an in-depth, comprehensive analysis of unidentified anomalous phenomena. These UAPs refer to any observed occurrences in the sky that cannot be easily classified as conventional aircraft or as familiar natural phenomena. By assembling this independent study team, NASA is seeking to enrich our understanding of these perplexing phenomena and shed light on their mysterious nature. With a duration of 9 months, the primary objective of the independent study team is to establish a strong foundation for future research on the enigmatic subject of unidentified aerial phenomena, benefiting not only NASA, but also other relevant organizations. In order to accomplish this, the team will undertake a comprehensive exploration of the various sources of data, including data collected by civilian government entities, commercial sources, and other related sources. Their main focus will be on analyzing this data to gain valuable insights into the nature of UAPs. Furthermore, the team will present a detailed roadmap outlining the recommended approach for the agency to effectively analyze UAP data in the future. This in-depth analysis will contribute significantly to advancing our understanding of UAPs and facilitate the formulation of informed strategies for UAP data analysis within the agency and beyond. In this study, the primary concentration will be on examining unclassified data exclusively. The research team aims to provide a comprehensive and detailed report encompassing their discoveries, which will be made available to the general public in the middle of 2023. According to Thomas Zurbuchen, the Associate Administrator of the Science Mission Directorate at NASA headquarters in Washington, the essence of NASA lies in the exploration of the mysterious realms of space and the atmosphere. Zurbuchen emphasizes the importance of comprehending the data we possess regarding unidentified anomalous phenomena, as it plays a crucial role in enabling us to draw scientific conclusions about the events occurring in our skies. He stresses that data serves as the language of scientists, allowing them to unravel the inexplicable and shed light on the unknown. This understanding is fundamental to expanding our knowledge and furthering scientific research in these areas. Unidentified anomalous phenomena have captured the attention of both national security and air safety authorities, as they pose potential risks and implications. This study aligns with one of NASA's key objectives, which is to ensure the safety and security of aircraft operations. However, in the absence of a comprehensive dataset, it becomes exceedingly challenging to validate or provide explanations for any observed anomalous events. Therefore, the primary focus of this study is to provide NASA with valuable insights into the types of data that could be collected in the future. This will enable the scientific community to effectively analyze and understand the true nature of these unidentified aerial phenomena. By acquiring this knowledge, NASA can make informed decisions that enhance aircraft safety measures and contribute to a broader understanding of these mysterious occurrences. The individual who is leading and coordinating the study at NASA is Daniel Evans, who holds the position of Assistant Deputy Associate Administrator for Research within NASA's Science Mission Directorate. As previously communicated, the team responsible for conducting the study is composed of independent experts, with David Spergel, the president of the Simons Foundation, serving as the chair. This comprehensive and in-depth study aims to enhance our understanding and knowledge in the specific field under investigation. According to Evans, NASA has assembled a highly esteemed group consisting of renowned scientists, experts in data analysis and artificial intelligence, as well as aerospace safety specialists. The primary goal of this diverse team is to provide guidance on how to effectively utilize the power of scientific knowledge and data in the study of unidentified aerial phenomena. Priority will be given to ensuring that the principles of transparency, openness, and scientific integrity, which are inherent to NASA, are upheld. It is worth noting that the findings and conclusions derived from this initiative will be made public, allowing the wider community access to the information. The intention behind this release is to align with NASA's commitment to transparency and universally accepted scientific principles. The NASA study team, dedicated to investigating unidentified anomalous phenomena, consists of a group of experts working independently. David Spergel, an accomplished scientist and leader in the field of astrophysics, has been chosen to lead NASA's independent investigation on unidentified anomalous phenomena. Currently, he holds the esteemed position of president at the renowned Simons Foundation, where he was also the founding director of the highly esteemed Flatiron Institute for Computational Astrophysics. Spergel's wide-ranging interests encompass a broad spectrum within the field of astrophysics, spanning from the exploration for exoplanets and nearby stars to the profound study of the universe's shape. With his extensive expertise, he has successfully measured crucial aspects such as the age, shape, and composition of the universe. Additionally, Spergel has played a pivotal role in establishing the standard model of cosmology, solidifying his reputation as a prominent figure in the scientific community. Recognized for his remarkable contributions, he has been honored with the MacArthur Fellowship, also known as the Genius Fellowship, a prestigious recognition bestowed upon remarkable individuals. Ana Maria Barea is an esteemed associate professor specializing in the field of computational and data science. Based at the prestigious George Mason University in Fairfax, Virginia, she is recognized for her extensive research in the emerging field of communication within intricate biological systems. Additionally, she holds key roles as a research affiliate at the SETI Institute in Mountain View, California, and a research investigator at the Blue Marble Space Institute of Science in Seattle. Dr. Barea's primary research interests lie in the intersection of data science and astrobiology. Her focus revolves around analyzing and understanding the communication mechanisms that arise within complex living systems, particularly in relation to biosignatures and technosignatures. To achieve this, she employs a diverse array of computational methods, unveiling fundamental patterns and insights locked within vast sets of data. Federica Bianco, an accomplished joint professor at the University of Delaware, holds positions in the Department of Physics and Astrophysics, as well as the Biden School of Public Policy and Administration. She is also a senior scientist at the Multi-City Urban Observatory. As a highly skilled cross-disciplinary scientist, she applies data science techniques to unravel the mysteries of the universe while simultaneously seeking innovative solutions to urban-based challenges on our own planet. Furthermore, Federica Bianco serves as the deputy project scientist for the Vera C. Rubin Observatory. This groundbreaking observatory is set to launch the Legacy Survey of Space and Time in 2023, specifically focusing on studying the nighttime sky in the Southern Hemisphere. With this ambitious mission, the observatory aims to unveil new insights about galaxies and stars. Unidentified objects have long been associated with intrigue and mystery, often invoking questions about their origins, motives, and interactions with celestial bodies. Among the myriad of cosmic wonders, the Sun holds a particular fascination for enthusiasts and researchers alike. The notion that these objects could be interested in the Sun is a topic that merges science fiction with scientific inquiry, prompting a deeper exploration into the potential reasons behind this enigmatic interest. The Sun stands as the powerhouse of our solar system, radiating immense amounts of energy into space. Advanced civilizations, if they exist, might recognize the Sun's potential as a virtually unlimited energy source. The allure of tapping into this cosmic reservoir of energy could drive unidentified objects to venture close to the Sun, perhaps to harness its power for their technological needs. These objects might possess advanced technologies that enable them to extract energy from the sun's abundant radiative output. The sun's energy could be converted into a usable form to power their propulsion systems, communication devices, or other advanced systems. Such capabilities could allow unidentified objects to recharge or replenish their energy reserves while in close proximity to the sun. The sun is a dynamic celestial body with a complex interplay of magnetic fields, solar flares, and coronal mass ejections. These phenomena could be of great interest to extraterrestrial entities seeking to understand the sun's behavior, study solar dynamics, or exploit unique opportunities presented by these events. The intense gravitational field and energy emissions near the sun might offer unconventional travel routes through space-time. These objects, equipped with advanced propulsion systems, could potentially exploit these phenomena to traverse vast interstellar distances more efficiently, using the sun's gravitational influence as a cosmic slingshot or tapping into its energy to bend space-time. The United States government is well known for conducting a wide variety of strange research experiments. Many of these are described as being on the cutting edge of scientific advancement, and this has led to incredible breakthroughs in medicine, computer technology, agriculture, and a wide variety of additional fields used across the military. However, oddly enough, there seems to be a recently declassified government experiment that was approved for release back in 2003, surrounding the training of psychic soldiers and enhancements to the brain known as the Gateway Process Experience Experiments. The declassified document, titled Analysis and Assessment of Gateway Process, seems to be a written memo between a United States Army researcher at the CIA and sent to a U.S. Army operational commander located out of Fort Meade. The subject of the memo seems to have been the analysis surrounding the legitimacy of the Gateway Process study, as the researcher writes the following in an opening statement. You tasked me to provide an assessment of the Gateway experience in terms of its mechanics and ultimate practicality. Most likely, the United States government was unaware of what the Gateway process really entailed, and so sent an independent researcher to the experimentation areas to undergo the process and learn if there was any legitimacy to the study in the first place for continued funding. However, within the first paragraph of the document, the researcher makes a special note to include that the Gateway process was a technique designed by Itzhak Bentov, stating the following. Based on conversations with a physician who took the Gateway training with me, I had recourse to the biomedical models developed by Itzhak Bentov to obtain information concerning the physical aspects of the process. For those that are not aware, Itzhak Bentov was a leading Israeli researcher, known for his incredible contributions in the creation of patents for the steerable heart catheter, ECG electrodes, pacemaker leads, and a number of other patents that would help to form the Boston Scientific Meditech Corporation. Itzhak Bentov was also known for his contributions to the Israeli Defense Force, being one of the lead inventors on the Israeli missile project, as well as many other improvised weapons. What many are not aware of surrounding the Israeli inventor was his devout belief and following in the mystical side of consciousness, which would lead to his primary contributions to the Gateway process experiment. John Abel, Bentov's fellow business partner, was once quoted as saying the following. I was interested in how the brain worked and actually attached electrodes to his head, which were connected to a function generator in which he could change the wave shape and the power, and learned about how the brain interprets these different frequencies. The document then goes into the breakdown of what the Gateway process holds, with the first explanation from the researcher being in regards to the human body's natural frequencies of the brain and the frequency following response. According to the study, a form of enlightenment can be triggered in a person's mind when both hemispheres of the brain begin operating at the same frequency, allowing them to communicate without any form of distraction and leading to a heightened state of focus. Although it requires a number of different techniques to reach this state, the main contributing factor in the study was a device that relied on the human body's natural frequency response. In the document, the researcher details the following statement. To achieve synchronization of brain hemispheres, the hemisync technique takes advantage of a phenomenon known as the frequency following response, which means that if a subject hears a sound produced at a frequency which emulates one of those associated with the operation of the human brain, the brain will try to mimic the same frequency pattern by adjusting its brainwave output. Therefore, if the subject is in a fully awake state, but hears sound frequencies which approximates brainwave output at the theta level, the subject's brain will endeavor to alter its brainwave pattern from the normal beta to the theta level. Additional techniques for reaching a syncing of the hemispheres include assisted hypnosis from a psychologist, as well as techniques that match transcendental meditation practices, with a note stating that gurus who have practiced transcendental meditation practices for 20 years have the ability to reach a hemisphere sync for up to 15 minutes at a time without any form of assistance technologically. According to the document, this training lasts about 7 days before a person is capable of reaching a hemisphere sync frequency with the assistance of technology, and is capable of furthering the study with tasks related to skill in the gateway process experience techniques. The first task that is given to the trained subject is that of problem solving. When under the influence of synced hemispheres, a subject can call upon its higher self for assistance in solving problems, with the higher self representing a form of unfiltered subconscious that can remember everything ever taught to the subject and use it for perfect creativity and logical deduction. The document details that this ability can be used to solve personal difficulties, technical problems in the realm of physics, mathematics, science, practical administrative problems, and so on. In a way, turning the brain into an instantly responding and calculating computer that can analyze and process information at a much faster rate than normal. The second task that is given to the trained subject is referred to as an energy bar tool. The subject is then required to visualize and focus different forms of energy throughout its body, being fed by the universe to allow the body to undergo rapid healing processes. This could mean that with increased focus on the mind, the brain can suddenly consciousness force autonomous physical processes, such as healing and heart rate, with ease. The third, and usually described as the final task for most of the subjects, is referred to by the researchers of the gateway process experience as remote viewing, although is not similar to traditional remote viewing noted by psychics, to see distant locations using astral projection. Instead, the technique requires the subject to visualize and access parts of their memory, and begin to holographically portray the memory in such a way as to allow the person to relive memories with perfect total recall. The researcher writing the document then notes that this is typically where the training and ability of most of the subjects end up, and that less than 5% of the participants are able to move past these skills into the realm of impossible to understand psychic abilities. The document then details the following: the ability known as Focus 21, the future. The last and most advanced of all the focus states associated with the Gateway training program involves movement outside of the boundaries of time-space, as in Focus 15, but with attention to discovering the future rather than the past. The individual who has achieved this state has reached a truly advanced level. The research document then goes on to state that the ability to travel into the future is accomplished only after a subject is able to master an out-of-body experience. This occurs when the natural brain frequency of the hemispheres are synced and then reach a matching frequency with the background electromagnetic phenomenon of the universe, allowing consciousness to imprint itself and begin to leave its body and journey out into the rest of the world. Picking up electromagnetic information similar to how a radio captures radio waves and how our eyes capture photons to imprint an image of our surrounding environment. Once this information begins to pour into the consciousness of a person, they can then begin the process of astral projection that will allow them to speed up time and look into the future, as well as deep within the past at moments that their memory would not be able to access. There is a sound, rational basis in terms of physical science parameters for considering the gateway process experience to be plausible in terms of its essential objectives of heightened brain activity. Additionally, the document seems to hold several pages involving a new scientific theory as to the formation of the universe as a massive three-dimensional toroid, helping to explain why certain parts of the universe seem to be moving at faster speeds compared to others, as evidence of this donut shape moving the mass of galaxies back down and around to the other side of the universe. The document then ends with the researcher stating that the gateway process experience should be provided to all members of the organization for heightened mental ability, and goes on to suggest a 12-step plan as to how to provide the gateway training to all members of the organization. The memo then states that the training could open up members of the gateway process to be attacked by intelligent energy beings if the boundaries of time and space are continually surpassed. The document states the following: subjects must be intellectually prepared to react to possible encounters with intelligent, non-corporal energy forms when time-space boundaries are exceeded. With additional statements that perhaps practical use of the gateway process experience could be used to gather information from such entities and the universal consciousness. The discovery of giant skeletons in the United States has long captivated the imagination of people around the world. Tales of enormous humanoid remains, often referred to as giant skeletons, have fueled speculation about a hidden chapter of human history. According to various sources such as newspaper articles, scientific journals, historical documents and photographs, over the course of 2 centuries in North America, more than 1,000 skeletal remains of individuals who measured at least 7 feet in height have been discovered. These accounts reach from the east to west coasts of the United States and describe anomalies such as skulls with elongated shapes, excessive teeth, and jawbones that dwarfed the finder's face. The information that has been amassed on these discoveries is well documented. During the 1800s, it was reported that enormous skeletal remains were found in the burial mounds of North America. According to the reports, the skeletons were described as having a length of 7 to 8 feet, while some purported discoveries reaching 9 to 11 feet. Additionally, these skeletons were noted to have enormous skulls and lower jawbones. Early records from local historians frequently documented these remains, as evident in the following excerpt from Cass County, Michigan. Dr. Bonine had discovered a 13-feet-high mound with a diameter of the base approximately 50 feet and unusual skeletons. According to Dr. Bonine, one of the male skeletons, currently in his possession, had a well-preserved large femur, which indicates that the owner was likely 7 feet tall or more. Antiquarian scholars have documented the anthropology of ancient tall people found in prehistoric mounds. An article from the American Antiquarian, Volume 2, Number 1, provides an account from Chillicothe, Illinois. It is a commonly known fact that during the 19th and early 20th centuries, newspapers would often report on the discovery of large-scale skeletons found across the United States. An article from the News Herald on January 3, 1895, based in Portsmouth, Ohio, is a prime example of this trend. It's reported that bridge carpenters discovered an enormous skeleton while conducting excavation work. The finding occurred near Portsmouth, about 3 miles east of the area. The skeleton measured an astounding 7 feet and 4 inches in size. During the 1880s, the Eastern Mound Division of the Smithsonian Institute found many huge skeletons while destroying Native American burial mounds in North America. The Bureau of Ethnology's 12th annual report provides evidence of various large skeletons that were discovered by Smithsonian agents. Near the original surface of the mound, lying at full length upon its back, was one of the largest skeletons discovered by the Bureau agents. The length as proved by actual measurement being between 7 and 8 feet. Located at the heart of Mound 11 and buried approximately 3 feet deep is a vault measuring 8 feet in length and 3 feet in width. Within this vault was discovered a complete human skeleton measuring an impressive 7 feet in length. This particular specimen's height was determined to be roughly 7.5 feet when it was alive. Researchers arrived at this estimation based on the measurement distance between the skull base and toe bones, which came out to be about 7 feet 3 inches. During the 1900s, archaeologists took a renewed interest in ancient giants. With the help of Charles Snow, William S. Webb from the University of Kentucky was able to confirm that the distinct skeletal characteristics observed by previous sources belonged to the Adena mound building culture. Webb and Snow's study of Adena's anthropology was documented in 2 volumes of the Adena people. The first volume was published in 1945, and the second was co-written with Raymond S. Beebe and published in 1957. The forehead is typically highly noticeable and is situated beneath quite prominent brow ridges. The size of the jawbone's distinctive bulge is moderately projected. Generally, cheekbones are both large and noticeably prominent, extending forward and to the side. This information comes from a publication by Webb, Snow and Baby in 1957. Moreover, in their analysis, Webb, Snow and Baby observed a distinct bony chin structure, which is characterized by bilateral prominences leading to an extensive chin width. Although today known as the Maryland Science Center, one of the oldest scientific institutions of the United States, dating all the way back to 1797, the Maryland Science Center used to go by the name of the Maryland Academy of Sciences several decades ago. Dated back to the 25th of November, back in 1897, the Maryland Academy of Sciences was reported to have been in the possession of several skeletons of a lost Native American tribe of giants. Though the skeletons were not nearly as tall as many of the other claimed findings of previous years, the Academy of Sciences claimed that their collection featured 3 full skeletons of 7-foot-tall Native American giants believed to have been a part of an entire tribe of gigantic native people.
The Red-Headed Giants of Lovelock Cave. The next Native American legend we will be discussing surrounds the historical existence of cannibals in a small cave on the outskirts of Humboldt Sink, Nevada. The place is called Lovelock Cave and is about 150 feet long. The legend claims that the cave was once inhabited by 10 feet tall and red-haired giants who harmed and ate humans from the neighboring communities. The giants, known as Sitekar, were deeply feared by the Paiute Indians. The Paiute Indians eliminated the giants by trapping them inside the caves and funneling smoke inside until they passed away. Lovelock Cave, in which they lived, has since been a huge archaeological site and home to the discovery of over 10,000 artifacts. The University of California and its anthropologists went in and discovered tons of unique artifacts, like baskets, finely crafted sage brushes, knives, and other tools. They also found human bones, some of which were missing the marrow that had been dug out. This increased the truth of cannibalistic speculations and that the humans living within the cave ate other humans. Researchers claimed that most of the human bones remained untouched, and the bones that were missing marrow and sported knife marks might have been done out of necessity or famine and not a regular diet. The anthropologist Llewellyn L. Loud was in charge of the Lovelock Cave expeditions when he and his team discovered nearly 10,000 different artifacts. It took him many years of research and work before he could completely publish a full report of the findings. That being said, none of his findings directly proved the existence of 10 feet tall beings, and any human bones found were of the regular size for the time period. The cave was not easy to explore as it suffered from a collapse in roughly the year 440 BC, which led to the destruction of numerous access points. This likely influenced the residents of the cave to leave and find a home elsewhere. The new residents of the cave were mainly bats that, over time, caused a large pileup of guano to cover the ground and all the artifacts. The cave has since been the site of many expeditions from various facilities and research centers, but none have yet to uncover any scientific proof of 10 feet tall giants.
Sacsayhuaman in Peru. The word Sacsayhuaman comes from the Quechua language, translates roughly to royal eagle, or more literally, the place where the hawk was satiated. It is thought that it gained this name due to the high presence of these birds in the area where the structure was built. Sacsayhuaman is an architectural complex in the city of Cusco, Peru. The building was erected by the Incas in the 15th century under the 9th Incan leader, Pachacuti Inca Yupanqui, and his successors. A project as massive as this necessitated the hard work of at least 20,000 labourers, which were divided by the thousands and given jobs such as quarrying duties, digging trenches, and laying the foundations of this huge monument. This fortress is the largest built by the Incas. It was constructed on an elevated rocky head facing the northern marshy ground outside the Incan capital, Cusco. The Incas were known as master stonemasons, and their abilities are demonstrated wonderfully in this building. It was built using dry stone walls and boulders that were fit tightly together using mortar. Although they did not use anything to cement the stones together, Their mechanics ensured that the building stood strong and stable. The huge blocks of stone making up the temple were shaped using nothing but harder rocks and bronze tools. Based on the marks left on these stones, researchers believe they were mostly pounded into shape rather than being cut. The blocks must have been moved around using ropes, levers, poles, and earth-made ramps. This is evident due to the indentations that remained on the stones even after they were fit into place in the building. It was built to withstand earthquakes and the damage from such natural disasters through the interlocking of the blocks and sloped walls, which maximized protection. It is definitely apparent that this proved to be successful, as the building has survived over 500 years of earthquakes. The area also contains a variety of buildings, such as residential spaces, towers, holy places, warehouses, roadways, and aqueducts. The positioning and placing of the area is similar to other Incan locations, like the Machu Picchu. It stands as a testament to the Incas' skills in architecture and their ability to create a structure that worked in harmony with the natural landscape of the place. It is simply incredible to see the remains of history and the magnificent skills and abilities of those who lived before us, and to be able to witness the architectural pursuits that were accomplished without the use of modern technology and resources.
Tesla want to make humanoid robots. A robot uprising is part of many sci-fi and dystopia classics, though with the robots that are being developed, from Alexa to more complex AI, some are worried that it will not be long before this terrifying trope is part of our lives. This is not helped by the 2021 announcement that Tesla is working on a TeslaBot, a humanoid robot that Elon Musk claims could have a working prototype by 2022. Musk has said that the TeslaBot will take care of chores and jobs that us humans just are not fans of. As he continued to describe the robot, he said the AI technology that goes into the TeslaBot will be the same used in the cars, though this humanoid will be decked out with an intricate camera setup to keep an eye on what is going on in the world. A frankly, quite unnerving design is going to be about 1.7 meters tall. Musk has said that the robot is intended to be friendly. While in the world of AI, there may not be definite answers nor a great deal of certainty, the intended does not fill us with a great deal of reassurance. The purpose of the robots is to take off of our hands the jobs that we just do not want to do. These were described by Musk as those that are dangerous, repetitive, and boring. The idea is that any physical work will eventually become optional, thanks to the TeslaBot. A function that looks as though it could be featured is the ability for the robot to understand simple instructions, such as picking up groceries for you. Musk hopes that the TeslaBot could even fill the labor gap, though others are concerned about jobs being taken away from humans in need of work. Of course, the Tesla cars themselves have not come without criticism, with many questioning the capabilities of the self-driving features, following the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration claiming to have identified 11 crashes being the fault of the Tesla cars hitting emergency services vehicles that were parked in the road. One incident resulted in a fatality and in total 17 injuries. Despite these incidents, Musk maintains his view that the Tesla self-driving system is safer than humans on the road. Whatever your personal opinion is, I am sure you can understand the concerns of those wary about the Tesla AI in cars, never mind the same system being used to create humanoids allegedly capable of taking jobs over for us. The world of AI is controversial as it is, though the work of Tesla and Elon Musk himself has caused an even greater divide, with some cheering on the scientific advancements and others wary of the economic and social implications. Scientists have found a new strange metal that behaves in ways they cannot quite understand. A recent discovery by a team of scientists depicts a new strange metal that behaves in a way that has never been recorded before. The metal was discovered in a material where the electrical charge was not being carried by electrons, but by an entity they are calling Cooper pairs. These strange metals are not completely new, but were discovered nearly 30 years ago and have troubled scientists for decades, as they do not act in the same ways that better understood metals like copper and silver do. For example, Scientists have a great understanding of metals like silver, brass, and copper because they act in a typical way. These typical metals are common conductors of electricity and change when they are heated or cooled, whereas the new strange metals are not behaving in the same way, but following a different set of rules that differ from the understanding that we currently have of metals and electricity. Simply put, electrons belong to the fermions class of particles, and these new Cooper pairs belong to the bosons class. The boson system operates differently from the fermion and moves similarly to water molecules. Therefore, these Cooper pairs have a wave-like entity. To understand these metals, scientists have tried to apply the same mathematical formulas used to learn about black holes, among other tests, to determine how and why these strange metals behave in the way they do. Unfortunately, there is yet to be a clear answer. At the moment, there is still not much knowledge about the strange metals, and scientists are working hard to uncover some more answers, but it may be some time before we gain more knowledge. Scientists discover a mysterious shadow zone in the ocean. There is an area of ocean containing what is referred to as the most ancient water on Earth, and the reason for this is as interesting as it is confusing. Deep below the surface of the North Pacific Ocean lies a patch of water that has remained stagnant and unmoved for over 1,000 years. It's thought that the last time these waters came into contact with the Earth's atmosphere was as far back as the time of the Vikings, Mayans, and ancient Romans. In an area called the Shadow Zone, the oldest waters on Earth are trapped at a depth of 1.2 miles. The age of the water has been confirmed using carbon dating, but the reasons for it staying there are a little less clear. With barely any vertical movement, the ocean water in that shadow zone has been suspended for centuries. After examining previous research on these waters, researchers attempted anew to gain a better understanding of what was happening and began to study what others had not: the seabed. This revealed that the depth and shape of the ocean floor also played a part in why the waters had stayed there, unmoved for so long. As it turned out, the rough topography and distance from geothermal heat sources protected the water in that area from the movement caused by water currents. The level at which the shadow zone sits means that it is affected neither by surface currents nor by deeper currents that travel through the rest of the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean evidently holds a lot more than we might ever imagine, from meteorite fragments from another solar system to water that has not moved nor changed since ancient times from thousands of years ago. A missing scrap of a Dead Sea Scroll mysteriously ended up in Montana. Back on the topic of the Dead Sea, a missing piece of a Dead Sea Scroll was inexplicably discovered in a home in Montana. Unfortunately, the entire message of the scroll may not be able to be interpreted due to rips in the papyrus. Scrolls made of papyrus were common far before the 1500s, with their first speculated uses dating back to BCE. Researchers have been able to translate some of what is on the fragment, its size being slightly larger than a postage stamp. The most obvious and readable things are instructions for which items to send and not to send. For what reason exactly, we have no idea. Yet any note would be mystifying after accidentally travelling from Israel to Montana. In fact, it's a miracle that a natural biodegradable material has lasted for such a long time. Perhaps next time something ends up in a strange place, we can accurately predict where it came from. Mystery of strange sonar blip heard near Titanic wreckage is finally solved. We all know of the tragedy of the Titanic, the famous unsinkable ship that sunk. Throughout the years, historians and researchers alike have been down to the shipwreck, diving and exploring. Paul Henry Nargiole has seen the Titanic shipwreck 30 times, one of which has become particularly noteworthy. In 1998, Nargiole recorded what has been dubbed a sonar blip, close by to the wreckage of the Titanic. It has been decades, and we remained clueless as to what this strange blip was, and so it remained unidentified, a mystery. There were plenty of possibilities as to what might have been behind this blip. Many theorized that it could have been another shipwreck or even some sort of geological feature. Decades later, we finally have the answer. It was a 2022 trip to the shipwreck that Nagiole and his research team at last uncovered the origin of this blip. The team found a deep-sea reef filled with marine life. This was a volcanic formation, and it has been found to be home to plenty of different sea life. This news is so fresh that we don't know exactly what it is that has been discovered, with plenty of images, videos, and general footage to search through. This discovery is far from complete. During their dive, the researchers spotted sponges, corals, different fish, and lobsters, amongst other creatures. The basalt ridge, where all this wonderful sea life was found, has been named the Nagiole Fanning Ridge for the time being, named after Nagiole and Oisin Fanning, who was the mission specialist during this expedition. Researchers hope to be able to observe how the different organisms interact, are distributed, and what kinds of creatures can thrive in this sort of space. By looking at this and then forming comparisons to other underwater ecosystems, we should be able to learn a lot more about deep-sea environments. It's important to research these ecosystems now, not solely out of interest, but also in the sense of preservation, as we know the climate crisis can have a negative impact upon these systems.
During a public hearing in the US Congress, there were moments that reminded some of a science fiction film. The hearing aimed to address allegations that the government is concealing its understanding of unidentified objects. The hearing received significant attention both in the United States and globally, as it featured testimonies from 3 crucial witnesses, one of whom was David Grush, a former intelligence official who blew the whistle and stated in June that the United States possesses advanced technology that are either fully or partially intact. He recently came forward and said the following: "I just wanted to put enough out there, touch on all the sensitive parts, like the biologics side and things that really needed to come out. But I don't want to overly disclose because that's not my job, but enough to put the flag out there that we need to elevate this. This is serious, and some of the uncomfortable stuff like the biologics, you need to understand that baggage is coming with it." The White House has just responded to David Grush's statements that were made at the UAP hearing. John Kirby made the statement. He is a former Rear Admiral in the United States Navy. Currently, he holds the position of Coordinator for Strategic Communications at the National Security Council in the White House. He said the following: "I have no information on that to provide for you today. I will just say what I said last week when I got asked about this. We obviously take the issue of unidentified aerial phenomenon seriously. There's a whole office at the Pentagon that is set up to analyze the data, collect reports, collate those reports, and forward them up appropriately. And I think that's testament of the fact that we know in some cases that these phenomena have impacted military training and have then impacted military radius. If the president didn't believe that the sightings by pilots were serious enough to be considered, he wouldn't have wanted the Pentagon to stand up in office to look at this, to analyze the data, to collect reports, to provide a system by which we can collate the information and better figure out what we've got." In recent years, there has been an increase in the visibility of unidentified objects as a news topic. The US military is making efforts to actively investigate the limited number of sightings that cannot be easily explained. During the proceedings, no groundbreaking information regarding extraterrestrial beings was revealed. However, witnesses made surprising claims, leading to a prevailing belief that there is a hidden agenda within the US government. According to David Grush, who was in charge of analyzing unexplained anomalous phenomena within a US Department of Defense agency until 2023, the US government conducted a long-term initiative to collect and study crashed unidentified objects. During a public meeting convened by the United States Congress on Wednesday, July 26th, significant revelations were shared by 3 highly regarded and honorable former military officials, shedding light on the government's awareness of unidentified objects. This comprehensive discussion delved deep into the subject matter, providing a wealth of detailed information and insightful commentary. During a hearing before a House Oversight Subcommittee, 3 individuals provided compelling testimony, revealing the existence of an ongoing and extensive program within the United States military. This program's objective is to recover and study the advanced technology associated with unidentified aerial phenomena. The witnesses offered credible insights into the nature of this program and shed light on the military's efforts to reverse engineer and understand the capabilities of these mysterious aerial objects. The transparent revelations presented in these statements are undeniably official and strongly imply that the individuals in positions of authority within the United States government possess a significantly greater understanding of advanced beings than what they publicly convey. These disclosures not only reinforce the notion that there is concealed knowledge surrounding the subject, but also suggest a deliberate intent to withhold such information from the public. The declaration that sparked controversy was made by 3 courageous individuals who willingly took an oath to affirm its validity. These remarkable individuals include David Fravor, a retired Navy commander who showed great bravery in coming forward. Another key participant is David Grush, a former representative of the Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena Task Force at the US Department of Defense, bringing invaluable expertise and insight to the declaration. Lastly, Ryan Graves, the executive director of Americans for Safe Aerospace, played a vital role in making this declaration. Together, these 3 individuals, with their extensive backgrounds and experiences, boldly stepped forward to reveal the truth behind what's been happening. During a discussion, retired Major Grush made a noteworthy statement regarding the knowledge possessed by the US government pertaining to non-human activity dating back to the 1930s. He firmly stated that he possesses absolute certainty in asserting that the US federal government has a wide range of unidentified flying objects within its possession. Furthermore, he mentioned conducting interviews with over 40 individuals over the span of 4 years who have convincingly reinforced this fact. This revelation sheds light on the government's extensive historical involvement with non-human phenomena and their collection of unidentified objects. Major Grush's in-depth exploration of the topic, along with his extensive interviews, provide a comprehensive understanding of the US government's knowledge and possession of unidentified objects throughout history. During an interview with Australian journalist Ross Coulthart, Grush brought to light the existence of significant misconduct carried out by specific defense contractors with regards to UFO secrecy. He made it known that he possesses knowledge about instances of white-collar crime that were committed in order to conceal the truth about unidentified aerial phenomena. Grush's testimony offered some intriguing clues, providing a glimpse into the nature of these wrongdoings. The details he shared shed light on the extent of the cover-up and hinted at possible motives behind it. This revelation brings about a deeper understanding of the complex web of secrecy surrounding UAP sightings and the lengths to which certain entities have gone to keep the truth hidden. Jared Moskowitz's line of questioning proved to be highly significant and stood out as one of the most crucial moments of the day's proceedings. During the intense questioning, Moskowitz continuously posed a series of inquiries, while Grush, displaying a deep understanding and unwavering assurance, provided detailed answers that exposed a widespread misuse of authority among both government agencies and private companies involved in independent development and research initiatives. As of right now, those who have been investigating this story have said that a smear campaign is happening right now against David Grush. Air Force and intelligence community veteran David Grush has ignited an intense debate surrounding the existence of unidentified objects. These claims, both historic and highly controversial, have encountered resistance from skeptics due to their extraordinary nature. Amongst Grush's most astonishing assertions is the revelation of a non-human intelligence presence on our planet. Additionally, he alleges that the United States government has initiated a crash retrieval program specifically aimed at reverse engineering advanced spacecrafts. However, despite the publication of an exclusive interview with Grush by Australian journalist Ross Coulthart, these extraordinary claims continue to be the subject of dispute. Intriguingly, the story took a serious turn when the veteran decided to testify under oath, adding a new layer of importance and significance to his account. After testifying under oath, both Grush and Coulthart issued a cautionary statement, highlighting that the intelligence community would respond to their claims from various perspectives. One publication, in an attempt to undermine David Grush's credibility, published a critical article targeting his health issues, particularly his struggle with post-traumatic stress disorder following his services. This hit piece is just one in a series of attempts made by several critics to discredit Grush's assertions. The subject of unidentified objects has long captivated the human imagination, sparking discussions about the existence of advanced life and technologies. In recent years, numerous sightings have been reported worldwide, with some incidents involving unidentified objects hovering near sensitive areas such as military bases and nuclear facilities. One particularly compelling case took place above a nuclear power plant in China, where a pyramid-shaped object was observed hovering. The incident in question occurred in China, near a nuclear power plant. Someone on social media posted the photographs, saying that a group of plant workers and security personnel witnessed an extraordinary sight: a pyramid-shaped aircraft hovering above the facility. The object was described as being approximately 50 meters in height, with a distinct pyramidal structure and a dark metallic surface. Oddly enough, the workers detailed that a small object, described as being a black orb, could be seen flying around the larger pyramid-shaped object. The sighting lasted for several minutes, during which time the plant's employees captured footage of the pyramid-shaped object. The footage circulated widely on social media and drew significant attention from those interested in the unknown. An unidentified object sighted near a nuclear power plant carries a multitude of potential implications, both for national security and our understanding of advanced technologies. While the incident in China did not result in any adverse effects on the nuclear facility, it does raise several noteworthy points for consideration. The presence of an unidentified object near a nuclear power plant is a matter of national security concern. Nuclear power plants house sensitive equipment and materials, making them potential targets for espionage, sabotage, or other malicious activities. The appearance of a pyramid-shaped object in proximity to such a facility could signify a threat, or at least warrant further investigation into potential security breaches. If the pyramid-shaped object was not of human origin, its presence suggests the existence of highly advanced technology. Such advanced technology could have implications for humanity's understanding of propulsion, energy generation, and interstellar travel. Research into the technology of these unidentified objects could lead to significant scientific breakthroughs. These sightings near critical infrastructure should prompt governments to adopt more transparent policies regarding the investigation and reporting of such incidents. Oddly enough, former military workers have said that seeing unidentified objects above military sites is not uncommon, and further added that it's like these objects are curious about these sites. Given the potential global implications of these mysterious objects, international cooperation in investigating and sharing data about these phenomena becomes increasingly important. To address the sighting of a pyramid-shaped, unidentified object above a Chinese nuclear power plant and other similar incidents, a comprehensive investigation is essential. Such an investigation should involve multiple stakeholders, including government agencies, scientific experts, and international organizations. Nations should collaborate on studying these sightings near sensitive sites, sharing data, and establishing a standardized protocol for reporting and investigating such incidents. Leading scientists and researchers in relevant fields should be engaged to analyze the available data and evaluate the potential implications of unidentified object sightings, along with working out how they were able to enter restricted airspace without being detected. Advanced methodologies should be employed to study these phenomena. Governments should commit to greater transparency and disclosure regarding these sightings, particularly those occurring near critical infrastructure. This includes releasing unclassified information, declassifying relevant documents, and making data accessible to the public. As of right now, the sighting of a pyramid-shaped unidentified object hovering above a Chinese nuclear power plant serves as a stark reminder of the mysteries that continue to surround the phenomena. While the incident did not result in any immediate harm, it underscores the need for comprehensive investigations, international collaboration, and greater transparency in addressing such occurrences. Whether these sightings are attributed to advanced technologies, secret military projects, or natural phenomena, their implications for national security and scientific inquiry are significant. Pyramid-shaped, unidentified object sightings have been documented since the mid-20th century. One of the most famous cases occurred on November 17, 1989, in Voronezh, Russia, with perhaps the most well-known sighting occurring above Moscow's Kremlin. Witnesses reported seeing a massive pyramid-shaped object hovering in the sky. During the Voronezh incident, the object landed, and 3 humanoid beings emerged, adding a layer of intrigue to the already baffling sighting. While skeptics argue that such accounts may be the result of mass hysteria or misperceptions, the Voronezh incident remains a compelling example of the pyramid-shaped phenomenon. Another notable sighting occurred in the United States in March 2000. Over the state of Illinois, multiple witnesses observed a large black pyramid-shaped object silently gliding through the night sky. The witnesses described the object as having a matte black surface with no visible lights or windows. This case gained attention due to the credibility of the eyewitnesses, including law enforcement officers and pilots who were unable to identify the mysterious craft. The existence of pyramid-shaped unidentified objects raises numerous questions, and various theories attempt to explain their origin and purpose. One prevailing theory suggests that these pyramid-shaped objects are advanced spacecraft created by advanced civilizations. Proponents of this theory argue that the design of such craft might be more efficient for interstellar travel than traditional saucer shapes, allowing for smoother entry and exit from planetary atmospheres. Skeptics propose that these pyramid-shaped objects may be secret military aircraft developed by human governments. The lack of public knowledge about advanced aerospace projects could explain the secrecy surrounding these craft. However, proponents of this theory counter that the technology displayed by pyramid-shaped unidentified objects exceeds what is publicly known, making it unlikely that they are purely human-made. Some argue that pyramid-shaped objects could be the result of natural phenomena or atmospheric conditions. These sightings might be optical illusions caused by unusual cloud formations, weather patterns, or even reflected sunlight. While this theory may explain some sightings, it doesn't account for the consistency and advanced flight capabilities reported by witnesses, with pilots saying that they've witnessed them flying close to their aircrafts. And note that the shape of these unidentified objects don't match anything that they've seen before. A more speculative theory suggests that pyramid-shaped aircrafts could be interdimensional travelers or time machines. This theory posits that these craft might not be extraterrestrial, but rather operate outside the constraints of our understanding of time and space. However, this idea remains highly speculative and lacks concrete evidence. The existence of pyramid-shaped unidentified objects, if confirmed, would have profound implications for our understanding of advanced life. Firstly, it would indicate the presence of technologically advanced civilizations capable of interstellar travel or interdimensional manipulation. This, in turn, raises questions about their motives for visiting Earth and whether they pose a threat or seek peaceful contact. Additionally, pyramid-shaped sightings emphasize the need for more rigorous scientific investigation into the phenomenon. The accumulation of credible eyewitness accounts and the advancement of technology, such as high-quality cameras and sensors, should encourage a more systematic and open-minded approach to studying these unexplained aerial phenomena. Furthermore, governments and space agencies worldwide should be more transparent in sharing information about encounters with the public. The release of declassified documents and data can help researchers better understand these phenomena and assess their potential implications for national security and global cooperation. The phenomenon of unidentified objects has been a subject of intrigue and debate for decades. Among the myriad of claims and reports, a recurring theme that has emerged is the alleged interest these craft or their occupants may have in our nuclear capabilities. While it is crucial to approach this topic with a healthy degree of skepticism, considering potential reasons for this interest can offer fascinating insights into both the UFO enigma and our own global situation. The Kardashev scale, proposed by Russian astrophysicist Nikolai Kardashev in 1964, categorizes civilizations based on their energy consumption. A Type 1 civilization can harness and use all available energy resources on its home planet, Type 2 can harness all energy from its star, and Type 3 can control energy on the scale of its galaxy. While we are currently below Type 1 status, our rapid progress, especially with nuclear energy, might indicate to an observing civilization that we are transitioning. To a potential extraterrestrial observer, our development and use of nuclear power could be seen as a significant step in our evolution as a civilization, worthy of close monitoring. If unidentified objects are indeed crafts from another civilization, they might be keenly interested in our use and potential misuse of nuclear weapons. Our history is filled with wars and conflicts, many of which have resulted in significant loss of life and environmental devastation. An advanced civilization, having perhaps gone through its own period of nuclear realization, may monitor our weapons to ensure that we do not pose a threat to ourselves, them, or the broader cosmos. The detonation of nuclear weapons not only impacts the immediate vicinity, but has ripple effects that reach out into space. These explosions send out electromagnetic pulses and can potentially affect the ionosphere and Earth's magnetic field. Advanced civilizations might be interested in these nuclear-induced disturbances, as they could have unforeseen impacts on interstellar travel, communication, or other cosmic processes that we are not yet aware of. Advanced civilizations may be interested in our nuclear advancements for purely scientific reasons. They might want to study how a relatively younger species approaches nuclear power, the innovations we've made, and the mistakes we commit. Observing humanity's fledgling steps into the atomic age might offer insights into universal patterns of technological and societal development. Earth is abundant with life and unique resources, which may be rare on a cosmic scale. If we were to engage in nuclear warfare, the resultant nuclear winter, fallout, and long-term environmental damage would impact the planet's biodiversity and ecosystem. An external civilization, valuing Earth for its unique resources, might be inclined to monitor or even intervene in situations where our actions risk the irreversible destruction of these resources. As of right now, the relationship between unidentified objects and nuclear facilities, if any, remains speculative. While declassified military reports and testimonials from reputable sources indicate some level of interest, concrete evidence remains elusive. However, the very contemplation of such a connection forces us to reflect on our own responsibilities as stewards of a planet that's not just home to us, but might also be of cosmic significance. Photography has long been a medium through which the world's most captivating and unexplained phenomena come to light. In the vast Texas sky, a man revealed that a camera on his property recently captured an enigmatic cube-shaped cloud, a sight that defied conventional meteorological explanations. Oddly enough, this isn't the first time that this has happened, and over the last few months, various people from around the world have reported capturing strange cube-shaped clouds. The strange thing about these cloud formations is that they don't seem to move, with eyewitnesses saying that they have been observed holding their position for several hours. The man who submitted this photograph to social media is John Mitchell. Mr. Mitchell had installed a network of security cameras to monitor their property for security purposes. These cameras captured everything from wildlife roaming the premises to weather patterns passing overhead. Little did they know that one of these cameras would capture an event that would leave people baffled. As the security camera panned across the sky, Mr. Mitchell said that it captured a peculiar formation. Against the backdrop of the endless Texas horizon, a cube-shaped cloud emerged, its perfect symmetry and sharp edges an inexplicable sight. The camera, equipped with advanced weather monitoring technology, recorded several high-resolution images of this unanticipated phenomenon. Once the images from the Mitchells family's security camera were shared online, they were quickly shared around. Social media platforms lit up with discussions, speculations, and debates among curious individuals worldwide. The cube-shaped cloud had captured the collective imagination, raising questions about its origin and nature. Some suggested that while cloud formations can sometimes appear geometric due to wind patterns, the symmetrical cube was a strange occurrence. Some proposed that atmospheric conditions, including air pressure and temperature, could have played a role in creating this enigmatic spectacle. Comparisons were drawn with atmospheric phenomena observed on other celestial bodies, such as Saturn's hexagonal cloud pattern at its north pole. Some saw it as a reminder of humanity's ceaseless fascination with the mysteries of the universe, a testament to the boundless wonder of the natural world. Online users then started to speculate whether these clouds had been created, as most had never seen them in this shape before. The ability to manipulate the weather has been a dream and a source of fascination for humanity for centuries. From rain dances to cloud seeding, humans have attempted various methods to exert control over atmospheric conditions. Today, advancements in science and technology have raised the question of whether we have the ability to manipulate the weather on a significant scale. Weather manipulation, often referred to as weather modification, encompasses a range of techniques aimed at altering atmospheric conditions. While many of these methods are still experimental and controversial, they are based on established scientific principles. Cloud seeding involves the introduction of substances, such as silver iodide or dry ice, into clouds to encourage the formation of ice crystals or raindrops. This method is primarily used to enhance precipitation, particularly in areas suffering from drought. Cloud seeding has been employed in agriculture and water resource management. Ionospheric heaters, like the High-Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, emit high-frequency radio waves into the ionosphere. These waves can interact with charged particles in the atmosphere, potentially influencing weather patterns. However, the extent to which ionospheric heating can be used for weather manipulation remains a subject of debate. Solar radiation management proposes the injection of reflective particles or aerosols into the stratosphere to reflect sunlight back into space, thereby cooling the Earth's surface. Hurricane modification has also been put forward, and some scientists have explored the possibility of weakening or diverting hurricanes through various methods, including releasing substances into the storm or using wind turbines to disrupt its circulation. Weather manipulation holds several potential benefits that make it an attractive area of research and development. Cloud seeding has been used to increase rainfall in drought-prone regions, offering relief to farmers and helping to replenish water resources. Controlled weather modification could improve crop yields and reduce the impact of extreme weather events, such as hailstorms and frost. The ability to weaken or divert hurricanes and cyclones could save lives and reduce the destruction caused by these powerful storms. Solar radiation management, if viable, could offer a tool to counteract the effects of our changing world, providing a temporary solution while long-term emissions reductions are implemented. While the potential benefits of weather manipulation are enticing, they come with significant ethical dilemmas and risks. One of the most prominent negative consequences of weather manipulation is the potential for significant environmental disruption. Altering natural weather patterns can have unintended and far-reaching consequences on ecosystems, biodiversity, and the overall health of the planet. Manipulating precipitation patterns can lead to droughts or floods in certain regions, disrupting ecosystems and threatening the survival of numerous plant and animal species. Changes in weather patterns can affect the migratory routes of birds and the reproductive cycles of various animals, potentially leading to population declines. Weather manipulation that impacts temperature and precipitation can result in shifts in agricultural zones, affecting food production and causing food security issues. Weather manipulation introduces an element of unpredictability into meteorological systems. When humans intervene in natural processes, it becomes challenging to anticipate the full scope of outcomes. This unpredictability can lead to extreme weather events. Manipulating weather patterns can inadvertently result in more frequent and severe extreme weather events, such as storms, heat waves, or cold snaps. Long-term weather manipulation efforts can disrupt global climate patterns, leading to unintended consequences on a global scale, including altered ocean currents and temperature changes. The ethical dimension of weather manipulation raises a host of complex issues. Weather manipulation technologies may be more accessible to wealthier nations, potentially exacerbating global inequalities as they use these technologies for their benefit. Less fortunate regions may suffer the consequences of unintended side effects. On February 6th, a seismic event of significant magnitude, measuring 7.8 on the Richter scale, struck the southern region of Turkey, close to the northern boundary of Syria. Subsequently, nearly 9 hours later, another substantial earthquake with a magnitude of 7.5 occurred approximately 59 miles, or 95 kilometers, southwest of the initial event. The initial seismic event was not only the most catastrophic earthquake to strike Turkey, a country prone to such occurrences, in over 2 decades, but it also matched the intensity of the notorious 1939 earthquake, which holds the record as the strongest ever recorded in the region. This seismic upheaval originated in close proximity to Gaziantep, located in the south-central part of Turkey. This particular area is home to numerous Syrian refugees who have sought shelter there, and it serves as a hub for many humanitarian aid organizations. In Turkey, the government is taking charge of the response effort, primarily through the Disaster and Emergency Management Presidency Coordination and in collaboration with the Turkish Red Crescent. Recognizing the magnitude of the crisis, state authorities have officially declared a Level 4 emergency, prompting an appeal for international assistance. Oddly enough, residents said that moments before the earthquake hit, a strange light could be seen in the sky. Although many passed this off as nothing, it's interesting to note that this phenomena has been documented countless times just prior to an earthquake hitting. Earthquakes are among the most destructive and awe-inspiring natural events on our planet. They have intrigued humanity for centuries, not only for their immense power to shape the Earth's surface, but also for the strange and mysterious phenomena that often accompany them. One of the most enigmatic of these phenomena is earthquake lights, a rare and mesmerizing display of luminous activity that occurs before, during, or after seismic events. Accounts of earthquake lights date back centuries and span across various cultures and regions. The earliest recorded observations of these lights can be found in ancient texts from China and Japan, where they were often considered omens or supernatural occurrences associated with earthquakes. Similar reports can be found in historical records from Europe and the Americas, including the writings of luminaries like Aristotle and Pliny the Elder. In modern times, earthquake lights have been documented with greater accuracy thanks to advancements in technology and the widespread availability of cameras. Scientists and researchers have begun to investigate these phenomena more rigorously, shedding light on their characteristics and possible causes. Earthquake lights, also known as seismic lights or earthquake lightning, exhibit a range of distinctive characteristics. Earthquake lights can manifest in various colors, including white, blue, green, yellow, or red. The specific color often depends on the geological conditions and the type of rocks in the region. The lights can take on different shapes and patterns, such as glowing orbs, flames, flashes, or streaks. These manifestations may appear stationary or move rapidly across the sky or ground. Earthquake lights can last for seconds or minutes, and in some cases, they have been reported to persist before, during, and after the seismic event. They are typically observed near or at the epicenter of an earthquake, but they have also been seen hundreds of kilometers away from the seismic activity. Understanding the causes of earthquake lights remains a subject of ongoing research and debate among scientists. One theory is stress-activated piezoelectricity. This theory suggests that the mechanical stress generated during an earthquake could create piezoelectric charges in certain types of rocks or minerals. When these charges accumulate and are released, they produce the luminous display associated with earthquake lights. Seismic activity can generate electromagnetic fields, and some scientists believe that these fields could interact with the atmosphere, ionizing air molecules and producing visible light. This theory is similar to the process that creates auroras in the Earth's polar regions. Certain types of gas emissions from the Earth's crust, such as radon, can become ionized during seismic activity and produce visible light. The gases are released due to the stress associated with tectonic movements. Some minerals, when subjected to mechanical stress, can emit light as a result of the breaking of chemical bonds. This phenomenon, known as triboluminescence, has been proposed as a potential cause of earthquake lights. Despite the various theories proposed to explain earthquake lights, researchers face numerous challenges when studying this phenomenon. Earthquakes are unpredictable, and capturing earthquake lights in real time presents logistical difficulties. Moreover, not all earthquakes are accompanied by these luminous displays, making it challenging to gather consistent data. Advancements in seismology and the proliferation of high-quality cameras have improved our ability to document earthquake lights, but understanding their underlying mechanisms remains elusive. Controlled laboratory experiments have been conducted to simulate the conditions necessary for piezoelectric or triboluminescent phenomena, but replicating the complexity of natural seismic events remains challenging. Earthquake lights continue to captivate the scientific community and the public alike. While progress has been made in documenting and understanding them, many mysteries persist. Can earthquake lights be used as a predictive tool for earthquake activity? Some researchers believe that studying these phenomena may offer insights into the early stages of seismic events. Why do earthquake lights occur in some regions and not others? Geological and mineralogical factors likely play a role, but the specific mechanisms remain uncertain. Raising public awareness about earthquake lights is essential for gathering more data and observations. Encouraging people to report sightings of earthquake lights could contribute to scientific understanding. Earthquake lights remain one of nature's most enigmatic and captivating phenomena. As science continues to advance, our understanding of these mysterious luminous displays will undoubtedly deepen. Whether the causes are linked to piezoelectricity, electromagnetic effects, gas emissions, triboluminescence, or a combination of these factors, earthquake lights serve as a testament to the intricate and interconnected nature of our planet's geology and physics. As researchers continue to unravel the mysteries of earthquake lights, their discoveries may not only shed light on the hidden complexities of earthquakes, but also provide valuable insights into Earth's dynamic and ever-changing nature. Following the devastating earthquakes that occurred on February 8th, resulting in the tragic loss of over 50,000 lives in the southern regions of Turkey and causing extensive damage to numerous structures spread across 11 provinces, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan exhibited a strong determination to expedite the reconstruction process in these affected areas. Over the past few months, construction activities have commenced at several locations. However, upon his recent visit to Antakya, which is renowned as Antioch both historically and now happens to be the urban area most severely affected, they said that it was disheartening to observe the lack of substantial progress in terms of reconstruction. Instead, the city that suffered extensive damage still appeared to be in the process of being dismantled, thereby leaving its remaining inhabitants in a state of uncertainty regarding their future prospects. Throughout the urban landscape, one can observe numerous forsaken residential skyscrapers, their once sturdy walls now absent, leaving only skeletal structures lining the bustling streets. Intense mechanical excavators remorselessly tear into these dilapidated edifices, reducing them to mere fragments of their former selves, ready to be carted away as debris. Consequently, a dense and suffocating cloud of dust lingers above the city, posing a hazardous situation for the inhabitants as their respiratory systems bear the brunt of this pollution. In the aftermath of the earthquake, the devastation was extensive, with every building in the surrounding vicinity reduced to rubble. The once bustling area now lay in ruins, a stark reminder of the destructive power of nature. As dusk descended, the desolation was illuminated by a few distant lights, emanating from a small number of occupied apartments, serving as a testament to the resilience of a few remaining inhabitants. Life in the city often gives off a transient vibe, where the impermanence is palpable. In the aftermath of devastating events, families find themselves seeking shelter in makeshift tents outside their damaged homes, facing an uncertain future. In an attempt to provide a semblance of stability, the government has established sprawling one-story box cities consisting of prefab metal structures resembling shipping containers. These densely packed structures serve as temporary residences, with electricity and water provisioned by the authorities. The cityscape is further enlivened by the emergence of shops, cleverly set up within these container-like enclosures, resembling train cars lining the main roads. Within these entrepreneurial spaces, merchants strive to make a meager living by offering an array of services and products, ranging from haircuts and driving lessons to a wide variety of footwear options. In the aftermath of the devastating earthquake, there is a lone pet supplies store, owned by Selman Anlar, who himself has been directly affected by the disaster. Not only has the earthquake wreaked havoc on his own residence, but also caused significant damage to his pet shop, leaving him and his family without a proper shelter. Consequently, they have resorted to sleeping in a tent amidst the chaotic aftermath. Under such trying circumstances, Selman Anlar has had to adapt his business approach, shifting the focus of his inventory to primarily include birds. Earthquakes, among the most destructive natural disasters on Earth, are often accompanied by a range of mysterious and intriguing phenomena. One such phenomenon is the seemingly prophetic behavior of animals who sense the impending seismic event and react by fleeing or displaying unusual behavior. Throughout history, there have been numerous accounts of animals behaving strangely before earthquakes. These reports have come from diverse cultures and regions, providing anecdotal evidence of animals' ability to sense impending seismic events. Ancient texts from China, Greece, and Rome contain references to unusual animal behavior preceding earthquakes. For example, in 373 BCE, a severe earthquake struck the Greek city of Helice, and according to historical accounts, animals fled the city days before the disaster. The intriguing observations of animals' pre-earthquake behavior have prompted scientists to explore this phenomenon more systematically. While the scientific community once dismissed these accounts as anecdotal or superstitious, recent research has shed light on the connection between animals and seismic activity. Animals, particularly those with acute senses such as dogs, cats, and certain birds, are highly sensitive to vibrations and sounds. They can perceive the subtle ground vibrations that often precede an earthquake. These vibrations are caused by the movement of rocks and fluids within the Earth's crust before a seismic rupture. Some researchers have proposed that animals may detect changes in atmospheric conditions or electromagnetic fields preceding an earthquake. These changes could manifest as variations in temperature, air pressure, or ionization of the atmosphere. It is also possible that animals sense the stress accumulating along fault lines. This stress may induce changes in their behavior, causing restlessness, anxiety, or attempts to flee to safer areas. The ability of animals to sense earthquakes before they occur has led to the concept of using animals as a natural early warning system. If we can better understand and harness this ability, it could provide crucial minutes or even hours of advance notice to mitigate the impact of earthquakes on human populations. Zoos and wildlife reserves could play a role in monitoring animal behavior. By carefully observing the behavior of captive animals, researchers may be able to detect unusual patterns that precede seismic activity and provide advance warning. In a recent revelation, an esteemed quantum physicist, Deep Prasad, who holds the position of CEO at Reactive Q, an organization specializing in quantum technology, shared a captivating and thought-provoking account on the popular social media platform, X, also known as Twitter. This intriguing narrative quickly gained traction and attracted significant attention due to the nature of its content. Prasad, who is not only an industrial engineer but also a distinguished physicist, embarked upon a detailed and lengthy exposition, meticulously describing a remarkable encounter he had with 3 enigmatic entities that left him astounded and deeply perplexed. Exploring the depths of this narrative, we find ourselves venturing into an unfathomable realm where the boundaries of our understanding are tested. Dr. Prasad said the following: "It's Thanksgiving, and this is going to be a rather complicated post. It's also objectively not a good idea for me to write it, given every scientist has a target on their back in the UFO community, and given that I'm still a tech CEO. Near the beginning of 2019, February 1st, I had the most absurd, world-changing experience of my life. It happened in broad daylight at 9:40 in the morning in my home. More specific details will be for another time when I have a better safety net and can expand more. But to put it simply, I was paralyzed against my will, could not move, and saw 3 entities. These entities projected hundreds of thousands of sentences and paragraphs in a language that looked like Japanese and Egyptian hieroglyphics. I was terrified that I could barely move and was in complete disbelief at what was happening. I'd go back and forth between, convincing myself that I was having some sort of seizure or had fallen unconscious and that there was no way this was happening, to downright fear, realizing that it all felt more real than reality. I was scared that I couldn't move and was not in control of the situation, yet could think perfectly straight. At the same time, I was trying to make sense of the symbols. It was incredibly frustrating that I couldn't understand or translate them. The sentences and paragraphs would keep flipping rapidly, and the only English word I saw, at least 3 times, was the word DNA. This means that whoever or whatever was doing this, even if it's my brain, clearly understood English, but was choosing not to use it for everything. The image of my room would disappear when I raised my head a little, but it was hard to do that, and I would feel extremely nauseous. When it disappeared, I realized I was no longer in my room but somewhere else. When I would put my head back down, the image of my room would come back on again, and the symbols were back again. I decided to stop fighting what was happening, and for some reason no longer felt fear, but total fascination. The fear feeling would come back every now and then, but by this point, I was observing everything that was going on. The color of their suits, their size, their mannerisms, and the feeling that my mood was being rapidly cycled. After a certain point, one of them jumped on top of me and slowly walked towards my head. Right before it did this, it was on the ground near my TV, and displaying these beautiful golden holograms in the middle of its suit. These golden sparkles would jump around it too. Once it was on me, it walked towards me so slowly and cautiously, and I felt like I was being treated like an animal. I felt this weird light hitting the top of my head, and suddenly I got hit with the most blissful, euphoric feeling I have ever felt. I will try my best to describe it. It felt like the universe was sentient and aware of my existence. The feeling was of warmth and nostalgia. It was like a reminder that space is teeming with life, and that we're all related to each other by virtue of existing. I used the word oneness, which meant nothing to me before. After a few minutes of experiencing this, I got knocked out or lost consciousness, and woke up instantly. Not a minute had gone by since the experience started. I was heaving and looking around, completely shocked at what just happened. I couldn't believe no time had passed. I still didn't think what had happened could be authentic, but I question it less today than I did when it first happened. This all happened around an interesting time in my life. I had spent roughly 3 months studying unidentified objects, which is why I doubted the experience since I was biased. I was debating whether to delete all my tweets on the subject, because I was starting to think it was all one big scam, and I was disgruntled with the lack of hard evidence. This pushed me over the edge and made me double down on my obsession. I decided I needed to find more people who had these experiences, so I got in contact with the Toronto CE5 group. I booked a ticket and would meet Hal and Lou Elizondo the next month. I needed to know who these people were, what was going on, and if I had officially gone crazy. My life got weirder days after this experience. First of all, another thing that had happened a few weeks before this was someone passed away who was in my circle. We were not that close, but I looked up to him and related to him. Finding out about his passing had me traumatized, and it was affecting my work. Yet after the experience, I realized that feeling of oneness had not gone away. It was impossible to feel fear, and I literally could not feel fear no matter how hard I tried. I felt love for everyone, and it was very hard to make me mad. When I did, it wouldn't last very long and sizzle out fast. I was objectively the better version of myself. My beliefs in God changed almost instantly too. I went from an atheist to being spiritual. I started having dreams of seeing the inside of some of the UAPs we so commonly hear about. Mostly saucers and orbs, and some of my dream characters spoke only through telepathy. I had never in my life dreamed such things until this year. I'd experienced impossible electrical anomalies 2 weeks after it happened, and I started feeling unnerved because I felt I had lost my free will to an extent. I didn't like that this newfound fearlessness, unconditional love and so on were not coming from me. I considered getting an MRI done to see what parts of my brain were rewired. It was unnatural, but extremely good and liberating. If the whole world experienced this state of mind I was in, we would level up overnight. I am convinced all the hate, fear, and anger would disappear overnight from our society. After a couple of weeks, this feeling and state of mind dwindled down until I was back to my normal self again. Sometimes I wish I could go back to the way things were those first 2 weeks after the experience. I had my first sighting just weeks after this, and have had 4 in total since, 2 of which I have recorded. The allure of space exploration and the mysteries of the cosmos have long captivated humanity's imagination. Over the years, reports of unidentified objects have fueled speculation about advanced life and advanced technology beyond Earth. SpaceX, founded by entrepreneur Elon Musk in 2002, has rapidly become a leader in the space industry, with ambitious goals of making space travel more accessible and sustainable. While SpaceX has made significant strides in space exploration, it has also become inadvertently entangled with unidentified objects, raising questions about the nature of these encounters and their implications. Over the years, there have been several reports of unidentified objects spotted in close proximity to SpaceX rockets during launches or while in orbit. These sightings, often captured on camera, have generated considerable interest and debate among researchers, space enthusiasts, and the general public. A space mission launched by SpaceX, equipped with state-of-the-art technology, encountered an unusual sighting, an elongated, cylinder-shaped object that slowly approached the SpaceX rocket. The cylinder-shaped, unidentified object, appearing as a metallic, elongated object, exhibits no known propulsion system or origin. Its approach toward the SpaceX rocket defies conventional understanding. The object's symmetrical and streamlined design suggests a level of engineering far beyond terrestrial capabilities, inviting speculation about its potential advanced origin. As the cylinder approached, the live footage was stopped and was even edited to remove the object from the live stream. As of right now, there are instances where unidentified objects or anomalies are captured in the background of these live feeds. When NASA or other space agencies remove such objects from their live streams, it's typically for a combination of logical and technical reasons. However, researchers have said this is done in order to cover up these mysterious objects. On April 30th, SpaceX's colossal Falcon Heavy rocket effectively deployed 3 satellites into high Earth orbit, marking a significant milestone, as it was the first time that none of the rocket's boosters were retrieved. On the evening of Sunday, April 30th, the rocket launched and all stages performed as expected, delivering the trio of payloads to geostationary Earth orbit. The exhaust emitted from the rocket created an impressive spectacle, as observed from a perspective on the ground. Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX, has expressed that he would consider it a success if the new Falcon Heavy rocket manages to launch without any issues. The rocket engines were successfully tested at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, paving the way for its first ever flight in the upcoming weeks. However, during this mission, users watching the live stream said that they saw strange objects in the background. This caused the users to take videos of the objects and post them to social media. Oddly enough, those who investigate the unknown have said that this isn't the first time that mysterious objects have been captured during SpaceX missions, and it's caused some to suggest that these videos could be proof of unidentified objects. In the vast expanse of the night sky, the Falcon Heavy rocket soared into space, carrying a payload of satellites destined for orbit. The atmosphere at the launch site was electrifying, with spectators and engineers watching the powerful engines ignite, propelling the spacecraft towards the stars. Among the eager onlookers were those interested in unidentified objects. One user named Tom said they had always been captivated by the mysteries of the universe, and he couldn't resist the opportunity to witness a SpaceX mission firsthand. Armed with his trusty telescope and camera, he set up his equipment in a prime viewing spot. As the rocket climbed higher and higher into the sky, leaving a trail of exhaust behind, Tom scanned the surrounding area with his telescope. His eyes widened as he noticed something peculiar, a light object hovering in the vicinity of the spacecraft. It appeared to be glowing and staying close to the rocket. He quickly viewed the live feed in order to confirm his sighting, and noted that the mysterious object seemed to effortlessly match the speed and trajectory of the Falcon Heavy, stating that it maintained a steady distance. He was one of the people who uploaded the footage to social media, saying that you can see two objects flying past the rocket. He said that its smooth and seamless movements indicated an advanced level of technology. In recent years, there have been numerous reports of unidentified objects in close proximity to SpaceX missions. These sightings have sparked curiosity and intrigue among both space enthusiasts and enthusiasts alike. While the exact nature and origin of these UFOs remain a subject of debate, several factors can be considered to understand why they are often observed near SpaceX missions. Firstly, the launch of a SpaceX mission attracts significant attention from the public and media. These missions involve advanced technology, groundbreaking achievements, and the exploration of outer space. Such high-profile events naturally draw the interest of individuals who are interested in unidentified objects. As a result, people are more likely to be actively observing the skies during these missions, increasing the chances of spotting unusual aerial phenomena. Secondly, the presence of mysterious aircrafts near SpaceX missions may be attributed to the characteristics of the rockets and spacecraft themselves. SpaceX has been at the forefront of developing innovative technologies and pushing the boundaries of space exploration. Moreover, it is important to acknowledge the possibility that some of these sightings may be misinterpretations or misidentifications of conventional objects or atmospheric phenomena. However, it is worth noting that some sightings near SpaceX missions defy conventional explanations. Witnesses have reported witnessing objects that exhibit extraordinary flight characteristics, such as sudden changes in direction, rapid acceleration, or hovering in place. These sightings challenge our understanding of known aerodynamic principles and raise intriguing questions about the nature of these objects. One possible explanation for the presence of mysterious aircrafts near SpaceX missions is the hypothesis that advanced civilizations may be monitoring our technological advancements and space exploration efforts. It is conceivable that highly advanced civilizations from other star systems are curious about our progress and are observing our activities. SpaceX missions, with their cutting-edge technology and ambitious goals, could be of particular interest to these civilizations. Another perspective suggests that the sightings near SpaceX missions could be related to the phenomenon known as interstellar transit. According to this theory, advanced extraterrestrial civilizations may be utilizing gravitational assists from spacecraft or harnessing energy from rockets to facilitate their own interstellar travel. In this scenario, the sightings could be instances of these civilizations taking advantage of the gravitational or energy fields created by SpaceX missions. While the true nature of these sightings near SpaceX missions remains a mystery, they underscore the need for continued scientific exploration and open-mindedness. It is essential to investigate and analyze these reports using rigorous scientific methods, taking into account both conventional and unconventional explanations. The question of whether advanced life exists elsewhere in the universe has captivated humanity for centuries. Are we alone in the vast expanse of space, or is there a higher probability of advanced civilizations thriving beyond our planet? The vastness of the universe is an awe-inspiring concept. With billions of galaxies, each containing billions of stars, it seems inconceivable that Earth would be the only planet capable of sustaining life. The sheer number of potential habitable worlds provides a statistical basis for the existence of advanced life elsewhere. Moreover, the discovery of thousands of exoplanets, some of which reside in the habitable zone of their star systems, has fueled optimism that conditions necessary for life may be common in the universe. The existence of extremophiles, organisms capable of thriving in extreme conditions on Earth, also supports the possibility of advanced life in the universe. These resilient life forms have been found in environments once considered inhospitable, such as deep-sea hydrothermal vents, acidic lakes, and frozen tundra. If life can adapt and persist in such harsh environments on Earth, it suggests that similar adaptations might have occurred on other worlds, enabling the development of advanced life forms. Another factor to consider is the age of the universe. The universe is estimated to be approximately 13.8 billion years old, providing ample time for the evolution of advanced civilizations. Given the vast timescales involved, it is plausible that intelligent life may have emerged and progressed beyond our current level of technological advancement elsewhere in the cosmos. If this is the case, the chances of encountering advanced extraterrestrial civilizations become increasingly likely. This expansive road materialized along the coastline of Sakhalin Island. The mysterious photographs quickly led to the emergence of various theories regarding a potential lost civilization. A massive stone road suddenly appeared on the shores of Sakhalin Island. Although it was only visible for a brief period of time, it attracted enough attention for hundreds of photographs to be captured. The unexpected appearance startled the residents of the island, and many of them said that the mysterious road appeared out of nowhere. Sakhalin Island is situated in the Ring of Fire, an area renowned for its significant subduction zones. This accounts for the frequent occurrence of intense seismic and volcanic activity on the island. It shares its southern border with Japanese islands. It is important to note that certain individuals who question the origin of these enigmatic structures argue that a natural cause is the most plausible explanation. However, it should be acknowledged that while this explanation may account for their formation, it does not provide insight into their actual creation. The massive road can be observed to bear a striking resemblance to those constructed by ancient civilizations, but it has been noticeably weathered by the relentless force of the sea. Therefore, numerous individuals have expressed the desire for a comprehensive geological or archaeological examination to be conducted on this enigmatic formation. It is important to mention that in close proximity to that location, along the coast of Japan, there exist enigmatic underwater structures known as yonaguni. Various researchers have suggested that these submerged structures are associated with the mysterious civilization known as Mu. The expansive highway running along the coastline of Sakhalin bears a striking resemblance to the well-known Bimini Road, which is believed to be the remnants of the mythical Atlantis discovered in the Caribbean Sea. The colossal highway remains shrouded in mystery, with limited information available regarding its nature, except for its remarkable and transitory existence. The allure of the oceans has always captivated human imagination, offering sustenance, exploration, and trade routes to countless civilizations throughout history. However, beneath the depths lies a profound mystery. The ocean's relentless advance has claimed numerous ancient civilizations, swallowing their cities, cultures, and stories into its abyss. The history of humanity is replete with examples of thriving civilizations that flourished along coastlines, deltas, and rivers, only to be engulfed by the rising tides. The lost city of Atlantis, a legendary civilization described by Plato, has intrigued scholars for centuries. Although its existence remains disputed, the narrative underscores the fascination with the concept of a magnificent civilization consumed by the sea. Natural disasters, shifting tectonic plates, and rising sea levels have all played pivotal roles in the submersion of ancient civilizations. The destruction wrought by earthquakes and tsunamis can erase entire coastal communities from the face of the earth. The Minoan civilization, centered on the island of Crete, is an illustrative example. Around 1600 BCE, the cataclysmic eruption of the Thera volcano generated tsunamis that devastated Minoan settlements and contributed to the civilization's decline. Additionally, the inexorable rise of sea levels due to melting ice caps and climate change poses a contemporary threat. The sunken city of Pavlopetri, located off the coast of Greece, serves as a stark reminder of this phenomenon. Submerged around 1000 BCE, the ruins offer insights into early urban planning and societal organization, while also sounding a warning about the environmental challenges faced by modern coastal communities. The stories of these submerged civilizations resonate with profound lessons that extend beyond their historical contexts. They underscore the impermanence of human achievements and the vulnerability of even the most advanced societies in the face of natural forces. The oceans, which once nurtured and sustained these civilizations, now serve as repositories of their memory, reminding us of the transitory nature of human endeavors. Advancements in technology have revolutionized our ability to explore and document the submerged remnants of ancient civilizations. Underwater archaeology, remote sensing techniques, and robotic exploration tools have allowed researchers to delve into the depths and unearth treasures hidden beneath the waves. These discoveries enrich our understanding of history and culture, while offering opportunities for interdisciplinary collaboration between archaeologists, oceanographers, and environmental scientists. Across cultures and civilizations, tales of a catastrophic deluge have been woven into the fabric of human history, leaving an indelible mark on our collective consciousness. From the Epic of Gilgamesh to the biblical story of Noah's Ark, the theme of a great flood that engulfs the world and reshapes humanity's destiny transcends time and geography. The Great Flood narrative is not confined to a single culture. Instead, it emerges as a universal motif that spans the globe. The Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the earliest known works of literature from ancient Mesopotamia, recounts the story of a catastrophic flood, unleashed by the gods to punish humanity's transgressions. The tale of Utnapishtim, a survivor of the flood, mirrors the biblical account of Noah's Ark, where a chosen family and pairs of animals are saved from the waters. In Indian mythology, the Matsya Purana recounts the story of King Manu, who is warned of an impending flood by a fish, which later transforms into a giant fish to save him and the world's creatures. Similarly, in the Native American tradition, the Hopi people share stories of the Great Deluge, describing how they were led to safety on the back of a turtle. These diverse flood narratives reflect the human impulse to grapple with questions of mortality, divine intervention, and the cyclical nature of existence. The universality of the theme suggests that, despite vast geographical distances and cultural differences, societies sought to explain the unfathomable forces of nature and their own place within the cosmos. The Great Flood narrative often serves as a moral lesson, reminding humanity of the consequences of hubris and the need for humility and respect for the natural world. It encapsulates a collective fear of the uncontrollable, a reverence for the power of the elements, and a desire for salvation and renewal. While the Great Flood narrative is deeply rooted in mythology and cultural memory, scientific investigations have sought to uncover the kernels of truth that might underlie these stories. Geological evidence suggests that catastrophic floods did occur in various regions throughout history, often resulting from the melting of glaciers, the collapse of natural dams, or tsunamis triggered by seismic events. One of the most notable examples is the flooding of the Black Sea around 7,000 years ago, which may have inspired some of the flood narratives in the region. The Mediterranean Sea once breached the natural barrier, inundating the basin and creating a dramatic flood that could have been etched into local memory and passed down through generations. The Great Flood narrative continues to resonate in modern times, offering insights into the human capacity to grapple with uncertainty and change. These narratives also prompt us to consider the ethical and moral dimensions of our relationship with the environment. They encourage us to reflect on our responsibility as stewards of the earth and the consequences of heedless exploitation of natural resources. The recurring motif of a catastrophic deluge transcends time and geography, permeating the myths and legends of numerous ancient civilizations. The Great Flood narrative holds a profound cultural significance, often serving as a foundation for a civilization's creation myths and religious beliefs. Many ancient societies attached divine meaning to the concept of a flood, using it as a backdrop to explain the origins of humanity, the gods' interactions with mortals, and the cyclical nature of life and death. The universality of the flood narrative could stem from a shared human experience of facing natural calamities, creating an empathetic bridge across cultures. Floods are among the most devastating of natural disasters, leaving a lasting imprint on societies that experienced them. The documentation of the Great Flood may have been a way for ancient civilizations to cope with the fear and trauma associated with such events by imbuing them with meaning and purpose. The documentation of the Great Flood could also be rooted in the environmental realities faced by these civilizations. Many ancient settlements were situated near rivers, lakes, or coastlines, making them vulnerable to flooding. As communities were periodically ravaged by deluges, the experiences of witnessing the destruction and struggling for survival would have etched themselves into the collective memory. Over time, these experiences might have been elaborated upon and integrated into cultural narratives, serving as cautionary tales that reinforce the importance of respecting natural boundaries. The documentation of the Great Flood by so many ancient civilizations offers a window into the intricate interplay of culture, psychology, environment, and shared experience. The universality of the flood narrative demonstrates the profound ways in which humans grapple with the mysteries of existence, our relationship with nature, and the enduring quest for meaning in a complex and unpredictable world. The tapestry of human history is a rich and intricate narrative that spans millennia, shaping the course of civilization as we know it. However, a staggering revelation casts a shadow over our understanding of the past. Approximately 98% of human history remains shrouded in obscurity, hidden beneath the veil of time. The vast majority of human history rests in the realm of the unknown, existing only as fragmented whispers in the archaeological record and speculative theories. Our comprehension of the ancient world is primarily derived from artifacts, ruins, and inscriptions, but these remnants often offer mere glimpses into the cultures, societies, and events that defined the lives of our distant ancestors. The scarcity of written records, the perishable nature of materials, and the ravages of time have collectively conspired to obscure the intricate narratives of countless civilizations. Several factors contribute to the immense historical gaps that mark our understanding of the past. One of the most significant challenges lies in the lack of written records from pre-literate societies. In the absence of written language, societies relied on oral traditions to pass down their knowledge and stories, leaving little trace for modern historians to decipher. Moreover, the materials used for early writing were often perishable, such as papyrus or wood, rendering them susceptible to decay over time. Natural disasters and conflict have also played a pivotal role in erasing entire chapters of human history. Cataclysmic events like volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and floods have submerged ancient settlements and destroyed valuable records. Additionally, the deliberate destruction of cultural heritage during times of conflict or conquest has further contributed to the loss of historical knowledge. The scarcity of historical information carries profound implications for our understanding of human development, societal evolution, and cultural dynamics. The missing epochs leave us bereft of insights into the complexities of governance, technology, belief systems, and artistic expression that shaped the trajectory of humanity. The lost civilizations could hold the keys to understanding the roots of modern societal challenges and the solutions that were developed and subsequently forgotten. Furthermore, the absence of this vast historical wealth deprives us of a sense of continuity and connection with our distant past. It is akin to a jigsaw puzzle with innumerable missing pieces, leaving gaps in our collective identity and understanding of where we come from. Google Earth, a popular online mapping platform, has revolutionized the way we explore our planet. Beyond its utility in mapping cities and landmarks, Google Earth has inadvertently become a tool for enthusiasts and researchers to search for unexplained aerial phenomena. This mysterious triangular-shaped object was found by someone who was scanning Google Earth, and the coordinates bring you to San Antonio, New Mexico, interestingly near the Holloman Air Force Base. Oddly enough, when you try to search for these coordinates, they no longer exist, and this has caused some researchers to suggest that these types of images are removed on purpose. Google Earth's vast database of satellite imagery allows users to zoom in on locations worldwide, providing a unique perspective on Earth's surface. Enthusiasts and researchers have eagerly employed this tool to scour the globe for unusual aerial anomalies. By examining high-resolution images, they aim to identify and document potential mysterious sightings. The image in question is from 2013, but as mentioned, despite several attempts to locate it again using the updated version of the software, it is no longer available. However, the sighting was submitted to the Mutual UFO Network, so researchers have a data log from when the object was first discovered. Oddly enough, there was a strange circle marking etched into the ground right next to the triangular object, leading some to suggest that the aircraft may have created these strange patterns. Unidentified objects have fascinated and perplexed people for decades, and in recent years, more and more people are coming forward with their encounters, helping to bring this topic into the mainstream media. For this reason, objects such as this one are being seen by more people. Among the various shapes and forms reported, one of the most intriguing and frequently observed is the mysterious black triangle. Triangle-shaped objects, also known as black triangles, are characterized by their distinct shape, resembling an equilateral or isosceles triangle. Witnesses describe these objects as immense in size, with each side measuring hundreds of feet. They often exhibit a slow and silent movement, defying conventional aircraft capabilities. The most notable feature reported is the presence of lights on each corner of the craft, emitting a soft, steady glow. These black triangles have been reported worldwide, sparking intense interest among researchers and enthusiasts. One notable incident occurred in Belgium during the late 1980s. Over a period of several months, thousands of witnesses, including police officers and military personnel, reported observing large, low-flying, triangle-shaped craft. The Belgian wave, as it became known, captured international attention and remains one of the most well-documented cases in history. Similar sightings have occurred in various countries, including the United States, where reports of black triangles have surfaced from different regions. Witnesses describe the objects hovering silently and performing intricate maneuvers beyond the capabilities of known aircraft. These sightings often occur at night, with witnesses reporting mesmerizing lights on the underbelly of the craft. Numerous theories have been proposed to explain the origin and nature of these black triangles, with one prevailing theory being that these objects could be advanced military aircraft, part of a classified project employing advanced stealth technology. This theory posits that governments are testing new aerial platforms with enhanced maneuverability and surveillance capabilities. Another theory speculates that black triangles could be advanced in nature. Proponents argue that the sheer size, silent propulsion, and unusual flight patterns suggest a technology far beyond our current understanding. Some theorize that these crafts may be piloted by highly advanced civilizations conducting surveillance or scientific exploration, while others suggest that they are drones that have been sent here by other planets, similar to what we've done on Mars. This theory could explain how these objects are able to fly at the speeds they do, with believers in this theory saying that anything biological inside would likely be taken out by the force that's created, and the idea that they are probes would make more sense. A third theory posits that black triangles may be the result of a covert black project developed by a powerful group or organization. According to this theory, these organizations possess advanced technologies that have been kept secret from the public. They speculate that the craft's appearance and behavior could be the result of revolutionary propulsion systems and energy sources. The United States has been a hotbed for triangle sightings, with reports spanning several decades. Numerous witness accounts, including those from credible sources such as pilots, military personnel, and law enforcement officers, add weight to the phenomenon's legitimacy. Sightings often occur in various regions, with notable clusters reported in areas such as the Hudson Valley in New York, the Phoenix Lights incident in Arizona, and the Illinois Triangle sighting. Pilots have reported encountering these triangles, but note that our fastest jets don't have the ability to keep up with them. Black triangle-shaped aircrafts continue to fascinate and intrigue both researchers and the general public. With numerous documented sightings, including those from credible witnesses such as military personnel and law enforcement officers, these objects remain an enigma. The characteristics, reported sightings, and theories surrounding these black triangles fuel ongoing discussions and investigations into their nature and origin, while the exact explanation for these sightings remains elusive. The prevalence of black triangle reports suggests that there is something significant happening in our skies. Whether the objects are advanced military aircraft, extraterrestrial in origin, or the result of covert black projects, their existence challenges our understanding of conventional aviation and raises profound questions about our place in the universe. Further research, collaboration, and scientific inquiry are crucial to unraveling the mysteries surrounding these aircrafts. The exploration of these unexplained phenomena invites us to embrace curiosity, expand our knowledge, and remain open to the possibility of extraordinary discoveries. Just recently, NASA announced that they are researching these aircraft, but note that further evidence is needed for us to come to a conclusive answer on what these objects are. In the pursuit of understanding, we must continue to gather and analyze data, encourage credible eyewitness testimonies, and foster an environment where the study of mysterious aircrafts can thrive. An object that's been described as being pure energy was witnessed above Africa by eyewitnesses, leaving many of them confused as to what it was that they had just witnessed. According to reports, a local noticed the strange object hovering above a nearby mountain and quickly grabbed their camera in order to record it. When the footage was uploaded online, many pointed out that it looked like this object was made of energy, as it kept changing its shape. Most unidentified objects don't look like this, but in recent years more and more sightings have been reported. Energy or orb aircrafts, also known as light orbs or plasma orbs, are a specific type of unidentified object that have captivated the interest and intrigue of enthusiasts and researchers alike. These plasma objects are characterized by their luminous and often pulsating appearance, resembling spheres or globes of light. Sightings of energy or orb objects have been reported worldwide, sparking a wide range of theories and speculation about their nature and origin. One of the distinguishing features of energy or orb objects is their unique behavior and movement patterns. Unlike traditional aircraft or natural phenomena, these orbs are often observed darting or maneuvering in ways that defy conventional aerodynamics. They can change direction abruptly, accelerate at extraordinary speeds, and exhibit sudden stops or hovering capabilities. This fluid and seemingly intelligent movement has led many to question whether these orbs are piloted by advanced beings or are a manifestation of some unknown natural phenomenon. Those who witnessed this craft in Africa said that it didn't act like a typical aircraft and stated that it was changing shape right in front of them. Oddly enough, it was also reported that the object didn't make any noise, with locals saying that they only saw it because of how bright it was. Reports of energy or orb sightings date back many years, with documented accounts from various cultures and historical periods. These sightings often occur in clusters or swarms, with multiple orbs being observed simultaneously. Witnesses describe the orbs as emitting a soft, radiant light, sometimes with vibrant colors or even translucent qualities. The size of these orbs can vary, ranging from small, basketball-sized objects to larger, more luminous entities. Theories regarding the origin and purpose of energy or orb objects are plentiful, but lack definitive evidence. Some believe that these orbs are manifestations of advanced beings or intelligences that exist outside our known physical reality. Others speculate that they are highly advanced surveillance drones or probes sent by advanced civilizations to study Earth and its inhabitants. Another theory proposes that these orbs are a natural phenomenon, possibly related to plasma discharges, atmospheric electricity, or even ball lightning. In recent years, advancements in technology have allowed for more sophisticated observations and analyses of energy or orb objects. High-resolution cameras and thermal imaging systems have captured intriguing footage, offering greater insight into their behavior and characteristics. However, despite the growing body of evidence, the true nature and origin of these orbs remain shrouded in mystery. One challenge in studying these objects is the lack of consistent and repeatable observations. Due to their elusive and unpredictable nature, it is difficult to capture them under controlled conditions or conduct systematic scientific investigations. Additionally, skeptics argue that many reported sightings can be attributed to misidentifications of conventional objects such as drones, balloons, or atmospheric phenomena. Nevertheless, the ongoing fascination with energy or orb objects continues to drive research and exploration. Scientists and investigators are actively studying these phenomena, seeking to gather more data, analyze patterns, and develop hypotheses that can withstand rigorous scientific scrutiny. The hope is that through meticulous observation, technological advancements, and collaboration among researchers, we may someday unlock the secrets of these elusive orbs and unravel the truth behind their existence. Whether energy or orb objects are advanced visitors, natural phenomena, or something yet to be understood, their enigmatic presence offers a glimpse into the unknown. They challenge our perceptions of reality and ignite our imaginations, inviting us to explore the frontiers of science, consciousness, and the mysteries of the universe. As of right now, the object seen above Africa, along with the thousands of other reports that have been made, show us that there's still much to learn about this topic, and that energy or orb objects represent a fascinating aspect of the phenomenon, characterized by their luminous and often pulsating appearance. While the true nature and purpose of these orbs remain elusive, Ongoing scientific investigation and technological advancements offer hope for a deeper understanding of these enigmatic objects. The study of energy or orb objects serves as a reminder of the vast mysteries that lie beyond our comprehension and inspires us to continue exploring the boundaries of our knowledge and understanding of the universe. One suggestion that's been put forward by skeptics is that these objects could be ball lightning. Ball lightning is a fascinating and elusive natural phenomenon that has captured the imagination of scientists and the general public alike. It is a rare and mysterious occurrence characterized by the appearance of luminous, spherical objects that float or move erratically through the air. Despite centuries of anecdotal reports, ball lightning remains a subject of scientific inquiry, with many aspects of its nature and formation still not fully understood. One of the defining features of ball lightning is its appearance as a glowing sphere, typically ranging in size from a golf ball to a basketball. It often emits a vibrant light, sometimes accompanied by crackling or buzzing sounds. Witnesses describe its colors as ranging from white or yellow to orange or red, and some have even reported observing more unusual hues like blue or green. Ball lightning typically occurs during or immediately after thunderstorms, often appearing in close proximity to lightning strikes. It may manifest either outdoors or indoors, with sightings reported in a variety of locations, including open fields, homes, and even aircraft. The duration of ball lightning can vary widely, with some observations lasting only a few seconds, while others persist for several minutes. Numerous theories have been proposed to explain the formation of ball lightning, but none have been definitively proven. One hypothesis suggests that it arises from the ionization of air molecules during a lightning strike, leading to the creation of a plasma-like structure that sustains itself for a short period. Another theory suggests that it is the result of electromagnetic interactions or the combustion of certain gases in the atmosphere. However, many of these sightings happen when there's been no thunderstorm, which leaves believers to say that ball lightning doesn't explain the majority of these sightings. Antarctica, the frozen continent at the southernmost tip of the Earth, has long been shrouded in mystery and fascination. Despite its extreme and inhospitable conditions, it continues to captivate the human imagination. Antarctica remains one of the last unexplored frontiers on our planet. The vast expanse of ice and snow, along with its remote and isolated location, gives rise to a sense of adventure and curiosity. The idea that there could still be uncharted territories and hidden secrets waiting to be discovered fuels our fascination with this remote region. Recently, an individual shared a captivating photograph online, suggesting that it depicts a mysterious structure emerging from the icy surface. The person who made this noteworthy discovery was compelled by the striking dissimilarity of the subject compared to its surroundings, prompting them to zoom in and capture several screenshots. The allure surrounding Antarctica lies in the recurring reports of peculiar findings gradually emerging from the vast ice sheet each year. Notably, some of these objects exhibit distinct sharp corners and edges, fueling speculations that they could be remnants of ancient civilizations. These fascinating occurrences have piqued the curiosity of numerous individuals, sparking further exploration and investigation into the secrets held within Antarctica's frozen landscape. According to one individual, there have been several intriguing findings in Antarctica. Surprisingly, extensive life forms have been discovered beneath the ice sheet, alongside evidence of ancient life. This leads the user to believe that it is only a matter of time before we unearth evidence indicating the presence of ancient humans in Antarctica and their involvement in the construction of large structures. Considering that humans have constructed significant architectural marvels on every other continent, it seems plausible that similar events may have unfolded in Antarctica. This opinion highlights the potential for further exploration and discovery on the icy continent. According to another user, there appears to be a conspicuous presence of a large structure emerging from the ice in Antarctica, and the lines visible do not resemble typical mountain formations present in the vicinity. It is worth noting that, as of now, authorities have asserted that there is no abnormal occurrence happening in Antarctica, and these images merely depict natural phenomena inherent to the region. However, despite these assertions, individuals continue to explore the Antarctic landscape with the hopes of uncovering something extraordinary. The existence of contrasting views and the persistent curiosity of users contribute to an ongoing discussion surrounding the potential discovery of peculiar phenomena in Antarctica. Antarctica holds a profound fascination for individuals due to its status as one of the most uncharted territories on Earth. With only a handful of brave explorers having set foot on this icy continent, it remains shrouded in mystery and invites further exploration. The allure stems from its untrodden paths, untouched landscapes, and mysterious discoveries that are made there each year. According to amateur researchers, there are reports suggesting that certain areas across Antarctica are experiencing ice melting, which is unveiling peculiar formations. This photograph has elicited diverse responses from viewers, with some speculating that the depicted structure resembles a massive fortress or megalith, while others propose the notion of it being the remnants of an ancient city. This has led to speculation that it could potentially serve as evidence of early human presence in Antarctica and their involvement in constructing substantial edifices. A perspective shared by one individual regarding these findings is to analyze the images as if they were taken in a different location, disregarding the fact that they were captured in Antarctica. This approach allows for alternate interpretations and perceptions. When you strip away the surrounding circumstances and imagine this scenario as a depiction of an ancient city, it evokes images of a lost civilization unearthed in a desolate desert. The frozen continent of Antarctica has yielded a myriad of intriguing discoveries in recent times, prompting us to contemplate the possibility of sending expeditions there to unravel the mysteries that lie hidden. Antarctica is dotted with various research stations, creating an ideal platform for further investigation. Undoubtedly, many individuals share the curiosity and eagerness to unravel the enigma surrounding these imprints of the past. There have been various perspectives and theories surrounding the intriguing discoveries made in Antarctica. While some suggest that these findings are not unprecedented, others argue that the distinctiveness lies in the level of detail that can be observed. Additionally, an alternative viewpoint proposes that during specific historical periods, certain nations ventured to distant lands to establish strategic structures for military advantage. In this context, some speculate that humans might have been responsible for constructing such edifices during the early stages of their explorations in Antarctica. Through a comprehensive examination, it becomes evident that numerous interpretations exist, underscoring the depth and complexity of the subject matter. According to critics, the occurrence of such discoveries is not uncommon, and the objects that people perceive as mysterious objects buried beneath the snow are simply gaps or depressions in the icy surface. These skeptics argue that when the surrounding ice melts, it can create an optical illusion, making it appear as though something significant lies hidden below. The question of how ancient civilizations could have theoretically reached Antarctica is a topic that combines historical speculation, archaeological inquiry, and the exploration of human capabilities. While it remains a subject of debate and conjecture, examining the potential pathways that might have led ancient societies to this remote continent offers insights into the creative ways human ingenuity and exploration could have transcended geographic barriers. One of the most widely considered scenarios is that ancient civilizations possessed maritime technologies that allowed them to navigate across vast oceans. Seafaring cultures, such as the Polynesians, Egyptians, Phoenicians, and even ancient Greeks, demonstrated remarkable prowess in navigating open waters. It's possible that ancient mariners could have ventured beyond known coastlines and discovered Antarctica through oceanic exploration. During periods of glaciation, sea levels were significantly lower due to the accumulation of ice on continental landmasses. This could have exposed land bridges or shallower waters that allowed for easier passage to Antarctica from other continents. Ancient cultures might have taken advantage of these ice age conditions to journey to the frozen continent. Ancient civilizations developed impressive mapping and navigation techniques that relied on celestial observations, stars, and landmarks. By plotting their courses using these methods, skilled navigators could have embarked on long voyages across open waters, reaching destinations that might have initially seemed out of reach. It's plausible that ancient civilizations possessed knowledge and records that have been lost to time. These might have contained information about navigation routes, geographical details, or accounts of exploratory journeys. The destruction of libraries, the decay of perishable records, or the suppression of knowledge could have erased evidence of ancient encounters with Antarctica. Human migration and cultural exchange have been integral to the development of societies throughout history. The interconnectedness of ancient civilizations through trade routes, diplomatic missions, and shared knowledge could have facilitated the transmission of information about distant lands, including Antarctica. Stories, myths, or legends could have sparked curiosity and exploration. Ancient civilizations displayed remarkable technological innovation in various fields. The construction of impressive structures, advanced metallurgy, and navigation techniques indicate the potential for developing technologies capable of supporting distant explorations. Ingenious solutions to challenges, such as navigation, food preservation, and shelter, could have enabled expeditions to Antarctica. Ancient societies often engaged in exploratory missions driven by religious, cultural, or economic motivations. The search for resources, the quest for new territories, or the pursuit of sacred sites could have compelled explorers to venture into unfamiliar and harsh terrains, including Antarctica. The Earth's climate has undergone significant changes throughout history. Ancient civilizations could have adapted to shifting climates and exploited opportunities presented by altering landscapes.
Laser reveals ancient pyramids and canals hidden in the Amazon. Archaeologist Percy Harrison Fawcett dedicated his research to exploring South America and looking for a lost Amazonian city before he went missing in 1925. The expedition during which Fawcett went missing was on his search for Zed, the name given to an ancient lost city he and others believed was tucked away in the jungles of Brazil. We never found out exactly how the quest for Z went. Did Fawcett find evidence of the city or not? While we may never be able to answer that question, we can indeed draw closer to finding out where cities may have fallen in the Bolivian Amazon. In 2022, scientists uncovered pyramids and canals sitting beneath the forests. Of course, the trees and greenery can obstruct an aerial view, though LiDAR technology has facilitated researchers' abilities to see through these trees and reveal hundreds of structures and settlements. These discoveries have overwhelmingly been found to have come from the Kasarabi culture of 500 to 1400 AD. LiDAR is a relatively new technological development that has proved to be invaluable in the field of archaeology up until this point. In this study, it allowed researchers to move through the dense rainforest and make the discovery of pyramids, canals, and what are seemingly town-like civilizations from long before invaders arrived. In this expedition, scientists from Germany and the UK used helicopters fitted with light detection to search through 6 regions of Bolivia. The Colorado State University archaeologist Chris Fisher said, "This is the first of what I hope will be a huge series of studies that will blow the lid off of preconception about what pre-Hispanic polities looked like in the Amazon in terms of their complexity, size, and density. The development of technology will continue to let us explore, discover, and revolutionize our understanding, slowly changing the world as we know it." The Earth's shell has cracked, and we're drifting on the pieces. The stability of our planet comes from the strength of our tectonic plates. Despite our quest for knowledge, there is still an endless amount we do not know or understand about how the tectonic plates work. It's only within the past century that we have uncovered anything concrete about them, leaving much information yet to be discovered. Scientists believe that our planet's outer shell has long since shattered, and that the plates we live upon are moving about over the boiling liquid rock beneath. Believers of this theory explain that it makes sense due to the unpredictable nature of our planet's movements, mountain structures, and sudden volcanic eruptions. Scientists struggle to agree on a date when exactly the tectonic plates came into being. Particular groups of geologists argue it is a relatively recent phenomenon, at about 1 billion years ago. whilst others claim it must have existed as long as the Earth. A geophysicist from Yale University, Yun Korinaga, has stated in the 1960s and 70s, when people came up with the notion of plate tectonics, they didn't think about what it was like in the distant past. People were so busy trying to prove plate tectonics by looking at the present situation, or were caught up applying the concept to problems in their own field. The origin issue is a much more recent debate. Venus, considered the evil twin of Earth by some, has been the centre of geophysicists' fascination in hopes of investigating Venus's own tectonic situation to illuminate the knowledge of our own. Unfortunately, and most curiously, despite our planets sharing similar terrains and sizes, Venus lacks tectonic plates. Is this another thing that makes Earth special? Geophysicist Aubrey Zirkle of the University of St Andrews said, "We need plate tectonics to sustain life. If there was not a way of recycling material between mantle and crust, all these elements that are crucial to life, like carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, and oxygen, would get tied up in rocks and stay there." Evidently, most planets do not experience shifting continents or tectonic activity beneath their surface, but recent studies suggest life on Earth could not have survived without it. Ancient documents prove humans held some notion of shifting continental drifts even then, meaning the tectonic plates have been around for at least as long as humanity has existed. It's thought that Earth has 9 primary outer sections, with 6 smaller segments of oceanic tectonic plates that ride upon the continental tectonic plates. In other words, it's like shifting machinery or clockwork affected by magma from the Earth's core. The oceanic plates move up and down due to the extreme heat pressure, making the mantle and crust of the Earth move about and sometimes crash together, causing natural disasters such as tsunamis or earthquakes. They shake and quake and appear, on paper, to be unstable, yet many geologists believe they provide the planet with the stability it requires for life to thrive by balancing the planet as a whole and letting gases and materials recycle and keep the planet's temperature maintained. We may never know the truth behind tectonic plates.
Aliens could be using Dyson spheres to harvest black hole energy. It is hard to discuss the enormous unknowns and possibilities concerning the almost incomprehensible expanse of our solar system without considering the possibility of as yet undiscovered alien life forms. Although UFO sightings and theories of Area 51 government cover-ups fall into the category of conspiracies, scientists studying the limitless vastness beyond our Milky Way galaxy must consider the very possibility that there could be alien life forms in other galaxies, and that these life forms may be much more societally and technologically developed than we are. One of the propositions of advanced alien technology that could feasibly exist are Dyson spheres. The theoretical idea, proposed by Freeman Dyson, involves a structure encircling a star with multiple orbiting platforms to capture and redirect the energy emitted from the star in order to use its power. Recently, astronomers from National Tsinghua University in Taiwan began to think about these Dyson spheres and their potential applications for harvesting energy from black holes, which are some of the brightest objects in space as far as energy radiation is concerned. The astronomers realized that it was highly feasible and practical to build a Dyson sphere around the entrance to a black hole and proposed that more advanced alien life forms may have already done so. The principles behind why a Dyson sphere is more practical for a black hole than a star as far as energy production is concerned deals with the fact that black holes are smaller than stars but manage to contain an amazing amount of energy in that small area. This energy affects particles surrounding the black hole, which heat up due to friction, and bursts of energy frequently shoot from pores in the hole. It would be cheaper, material-wise, to build a Dyson sphere around a black hole due to its smaller size, and the potential energy production would be up to 100,000 times greater than that of a star. And although aliens might not be using the exact principles of Dyson spheres, the scientists speculated that they might use some forms of satellites instead to harvest X-ray energy in a similar concept as solar panels. Because of the large amount of energy that would be redirected from a structure harvesting energy from black holes, there would be a definitive ultraviolet or infrared energy signature, which Earth-bound scientists might be able to see from the Milky Way
and may already have been recorded by satellites. With this new possibility of signatures of alien life forms, the scientists interested in pursuing this theory must now go back through records and begin looking for such telltale radiation signatures. Perhaps confirmation of alien life forms is coming sooner than we think. Mariana Trench, deepest ever subdive, finds a plastic bag. Researchers today are finding objects that expose mankind's far-reaching impact on the ecosystem, and one of these was recently made at the bottom of the Mariana Trench. Victor Vescovo, a 53-year-old financier and former Navy Reserve captain, travelled approximately 7 miles to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. The dive, which surpassed a record set by Titanic filmmaker James Cameron in 2012, revealed sad proof of humanity's detrimental impact on the planet. The divers found plastic bags and wrappers at the ocean's deepest depths. Vescovo and his team identified 4 new species while travelling 35,853 feet below the surface, which could help throw light on Earth's enigmatic origins. Vescovo said the following: "I believe that going to extremes is a natural propensity of man, and I also believe that wanting to push ourselves to our limits is a beautiful component of our nature, which has helped us get to where we are now as a species." Although oceanographers Don Walsh and Jacques Piccard first investigated Challenger Deep in 1960, this is the first on-camera evidence of what lies beneath the Pacific. The goal of the project is to make sonar mapping of Earth's deepest locations, such as the Puerto Rico Trench in the Atlantic Ocean, the South Sandwich Trench in the South Atlantic, the Java Trench in the Indian Ocean, and the Malloy Deep in the Arctic Ocean. Vescovo continued with the following: "I crisscrossed all over the bottom looking for various wildlife, perhaps unique geological formations or rocks, man-made artifacts, and yes, trying to see if there was an even deeper position than where the bathyscaphe Trieste went back in 1960. Giant prawn-like amphipods and bottom-feeding sea cucumbers were among the findings found aboard the limiting factor, the world's first titanium-hulled 2-person submersible to go this deep. Also, the scientists want to examine the deep water critters for plastic buildup. While it is impossible to say how far those plastics drifted to end up in one of the world's lowest points, our oceans are quickly becoming giant trash cans. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch, an island of garbage the size of Texas in the open ocean between Hawaii and California, continues to add more man-made waste to its expanding surface area. Despite all of those dives, humanity has only seen about 5% of the ocean. Scientists are being pushed to develop new deep-sea research methods as part of a new X Prize initiative. Mysterious shark disappearances. Sharks are some of the most notorious survivors on our planet. Their ancestors can be directly traced back hundreds of millions of years, and, according to National Geographic, they have made it through at least 4 mass extinctions and are older than even the oldest fossil forest. However, as successful as they may be, scientists have discovered that they used to be even more plentiful in the oceans of our planet, and that 19 million years ago, some mysterious event decimated the shark population so drastically that they have never been able to recover. Recent analysis of denticles or shark scales found in fossilized samples on the seafloor has revealed an astounding array of shark species. These samples are abundant and impressively varied in the geological records dating up to around 19 million years ago, after which point the population of sharks in the open oceans across the entire globe mysteriously decreased by over 90%. Considering that sharks only suffered about 30% loss during the famous mass extinction that wiped out the dinosaurs, scientists now know that an incredibly large worldwide event must have occurred to be able to affect sharks so drastically. However, the truly strange part is that an event that large should have left a mark in other places besides just the shark population. But, amazingly, nobody knows what that event could have been. There are no other markers of such an extinction in any species so far studied, and the event is not chronologically near any known major climate shifts or major evolutionary changes. And, Although the cause of this strange extinction is not immediately apparent, what is clear is the effects that such a dramatically reduced population had on the other open ocean animals. Following the extinction and the immediate removal of such a large portion of formidable ocean predators, an incredible amount of diversity appeared in groups such as fish, whales, other sharks, and even seabirds, who were able to evolve much more rapidly in the absence of a large number of sharks prowling the seas. Alarmingly, it appears that in the intervening 19 million years, sharks were never able to fully recover from taking such a mysteriously large hit, and a study published by Nature has found that the number of sharks in today's modern oceans has continued to fall. Even more concerning, this decline has sped up in recent years, and since 1970, the total number of sharks in the oceans has decreased by 71% and continues to fall. The discovery of the initial hit to sharks all those millions of years ago has just served to underline to scientists the importance of top-tier predators on their ecosystems and how precarious their positions truly are. It is increasingly likely that this majestic and historically incredibly adaptable species will not be able to withstand the effects of overfishing, environmental pollution, and climate change. One thing is certain though, and that is the fact that marine biologists will be actively looking into the results of the mysterious, isolated mass shark extinction and how it affected the ocean ecosystems as we enter the age of several potential mass extinctions.
24,000-year-old organisms found frozen in Siberia can still reproduce. Biologists have made a shocking discovery. A never-before-known microscopic creature that has since been called an evolutionary scandal. The organism has been asexually producing, living and surviving for the past 24,000 years in Siberia's permafrost that is famous for its myriad of mysteries, having preserved endless findings. Deloid rotifers, all-female multicellular microbes, already thrive all across the world in moss, freshwater, ponds, lakes, soil and tree bark. Rotifers are resistant to radiation, starvation, low oxygen, and extreme temperatures of either freezing cold or scalding hot. They are truly amazing creatures to study, as they can freeze their entire metabolism at will and enter a state known as cryptobiosis, or hidden life. According to researcher Stas Malavin, it's a state kind of between life and not. The Russian Soil Cryology Lab has found many variations of such microscopic creatures, such as the 30,000-year-old nematode worm in the very same Siberian permafrost. The rotifers in question, however, have been dated to 24,000 years old. Before this finding, it was believed these microbes could survive 10 years frozen, but not more. These rotifers coexisted with mammoths and woolly rhinos, both of which are long since extinct. Malavin claims that once thawed, the microbes began to reproduce. It's currently unknown what exactly allows these creatures to survive for such vast periods of time in ice. Malavin states this discovery provides the science world with more questions than answers, but every step is closer to the truth. By analysing these rotifers, biologists would be able to discover new, innovative ways of preserving living cells for cryopreservation. We could find out how to keep human tissue, cells, and organs alive under ice. Malavin states, humans cannot preserve organs and tissues for such a considerable time. These rotifers, together with other organisms found in the permafrost, represent a result of a big natural experiment that we cannot replicate, so they are a good model to study further. A British professor of zoology at the University of Manchester, Matthew Cobb, claims that there might be all sorts of organisms and animals frozen in Siberia's permafrost, which will come to light sooner than later with the way global warming is slowly melting the ice, but additionally states, that doesn't mean that terrifying things are going to come out and eat us, but it gives scientists the possibility of studying how the rotifer has adapted to resist the bad effects of freezing and the opportunity to explore the difference between existing species and their predecessors.
110 tombs discovered on Nile Delta. If you know anything about Egypt, you might also have heard about the River Nile, which is the longest river in the world at a whopping 6,695 kilometers. Because it historically has flooded during the full time, it brought plenty of nutrients to the surrounding soil. This created perfect conditions for the ancient Egyptians to grow crops and thrive. Even today, the river remains a crucial source of life for people. In fact, more than 95% of the country's population needs it to survive. Because of how important the river was to the Egyptians spanning thousands of years back, it may come to no surprise that many burial practices took place along the Nile Delta. However, the number alone might shock you. Just recently, excavations have uncovered over 110 tombs near the delta that span over 3 eras of ancient history, including the pre-dynastic period, the Naqada III culture, and the intermediate era between the Middle and New Kingdoms. Along with the tombs, archaeologists also stumbled upon other old objects, including parts of stoves and ovens, the base foundations of long-gone brick buildings, jewelry, pottery pieces, and even scarab amulets, which represented renewal and rebirth in the Egyptian culture. However, the graves were certainly at the spotlight of attention upon the day of discovery. 68 of them were oval-shaped, which linked back to the pre-dynastic style of the Lower Egypt civilization called Buto. The bodies were in a squatting position with their heads turned to the west. Among the deceased, a baby was found to have been buried in a jar, which was a practice that still continues to confuse researchers today. One line of reasoning was that the body may have been fragile, so the jar was needed to protect it from the elements. Another interpretation relied on the idea that a jar was almost similar to that of a womb, so it could be symbolically reasoned that the baby was returning back to Mother Earth. Next were the Naqada graves, numbered to only 5 in total. Similar to the Butos ones, they were also oval-shaped pits that were carved into the sand. Some even had extra layers of clay to bolster the surrounding sides. Most impressive of the entire collection was arguably the Hyksos tombs, which were semi-rectangular pits instead of ovals, and had a depth of about 8 to 33 inches. Instead of the bodies resting in a squatted position, they were extended instead, with their heads pointing westwards as well. Another child was found, but this time in a clay sarcophagus instead of a jar. These graves also contained other fancy artifacts, including silver rings, funerary vessels, and even a special seal that contained a hieroglyphic inscription. No doubt that discoveries such as this one are perfect for enticing tourism back to Egypt, but perhaps most important of all is the new discovery's imminent legacy to the ever-continuing mystery and beauty of this magnificent civilization throughout history.
The White House has just responded to David Grush's statements that were made at the UAP hearing. John Kirby made the statement, and he is a former Rear Admiral in the United States Navy. Currently, he holds the position of Coordinator for Strategic Communications at the National Security Council in the White House. He said the following: "I have no information on that to provide for you today. I will just say what I said last week when I got asked about this. We obviously take the issue of unidentified aerial phenomenon seriously. There's a whole office at the Pentagon that is set up to analyze the data, collect reports, collate those reports, and forward them up appropriately. And I think that's testament of the fact that we know in some cases that these phenomena have impacted military training and have then impacted military radius. If the president didn't believe that the sightings by pilots were serious enough to be considered, he wouldn't have wanted the Pentagon to stand up in office to look at this, to analyze the data, to collect reports, to provide a system by which we can collate the information and better figure out what we've got. As of right now, those who have been investigating this story have said that a smear campaign is happening right now against David Grush. Air Force and intelligence community veteran David Grush has ignited an intense debate surrounding the existence of unidentified objects. These claims, both historic and highly controversial, have encountered resistance from skeptics due to their extraordinary nature. Amongst Grush's most astonishing assertions is the revelation of a non-human intelligence presence on our planet. Additionally, he alleges that the United States government has initiated a crash retrieval program specifically aimed at reverse engineering advanced spacecrafts. However, despite the publication of an exclusive interview with Grush by Australian journalist Ross Coulthart, these extraordinary claims continue to be the subject of dispute. Intriguingly, the story took a serious turn when the veteran decided to testify under oath, adding a new layer of importance and significance to his account. After testifying under oath, both Grush and Coulthard issued a cautionary statement, highlighting that the intelligence community would respond to their claims from various perspectives. One publication, in an attempt to undermine David Grush's credibility, published a critical article targeting his health issues, particularly his struggle with post-traumatic stress disorder following his services. This hit piece is just one in a series of attempts made by several critics to discredit Grush's assertions. A group of lawmakers from both political parties on the House Oversight Committee have expressed that the recent UAP hearing is only the beginning of their efforts to seek answers and delve deeper into the subject. They are determined to embark on a comprehensive exploration and analysis of the topic, leaving no stone unturned. The individuals in question are issuing threats, indicating their readiness to employ more forceful methods if they encounter resistance from the Pentagon and intelligence agencies. Their intention is to exert pressure and overcome any obstacles that may impede their investigation. Several lawmakers are advocating for greater exploration and understanding of unidentified anomalous phenomena, commonly known as unidentified objects. Their efforts go beyond mere curiosity, as they propose the implementation of new laws, calling for a classified hearing, and even suggesting the establishment of a select committee. These lawmakers understand the significance of these studies. The legislators have expressed their readiness to exercise their authority to issue subpoenas, if necessary, in order to obtain the information they are seeking from the federal government. They are determined to obtain the answers they require and are prepared to utilize their legal power to ensure cooperation and compliance from Pentagon officials. According to Burchett, if there's not a cover-up, the government and the Pentagon are spending a lot of resources to stop us from studying it. This implies that there could potentially be hidden information or motives behind their actions. Burchett's statement suggests that the authorities are actively obstructing the study. In discussing the matter of unidentified aerial phenomena and related government programs, Representative Tim Burchett expressed a desire for support from House Speaker Kevin McCarthy in establishing a select committee to thoroughly investigate these phenomena. Burchett emphasized the importance of not only studying UAPs, but also examining any government programs aimed at addressing them. In the event that leadership approval is not obtained, Burchett intends to initiate field hearings to meet the public's demand for transparency on the issue. This comprehensive approach aims to delve deep into the subject matter and provide a thorough understanding of UAPs and the government's involvement. During the current week, there has been significant development in the investigation of unidentified flying objects, as 3 highly experienced former military officials provided compelling testimony regarding these unexplained aerial objects. Under oath, they revealed that for an extended period, they were intentionally kept uninformed about the enigmatic sightings and encounters with unidentified objects. This testimony has shed new light on the depth of secrecy surrounding these mysterious phenomena and has sparked a renewed push for answers. David Grush, a former intelligence officer in the Air Force, delivered a profoundly startling testimony where he revealed that he had been informed about a highly classified program focused on retrieving and reverse engineering unidentified aerial phenomena for several decades. Grush went on to accuse the military of intentionally diverting funds in order to maintain secrecy surrounding these operations. This revelation uncovers a covert initiative that has spanned multiple generations, involving the examination and investigation of UAP incidents. The testimony presented is causing committee members to raise doubts regarding the appropriate approach for Congress to initiate an investigation into the witnesses' claims. They are also urging the executive branch to provide further clarification and explanations regarding its denial of the existence of certain programs. This comprehensive and detailed exploration delves into the deep-rooted questions surrounding the need for extensive inquiry and the demand for transparency. In an effort to gather more insights and evidence, legislators are aiming to initiate the process by acquiring supplementary details and records that Grush claims to have submitted to the Pentagon's Inspector General subsequent to his involvement in 2 Defense Department task forces focusing on unidentified aerial phenomena. Lawmakers are seeking to gather information from Grush, who has expressed his inability to provide specific details to the Pentagon's watchdog. In order to extract more insights from him, they intend to conduct a meeting with the former official in a specialized facility known as a sensitive compartmented information facility. This dedicated space ensures the confidentiality and security of the discussions, enabling the lawmakers to delve deeper into the subject matter and obtain a comprehensive understanding of the situation. The objective is to enrich their knowledge and gain valuable additional information. The group, led by Grush, has encountered an obstacle in their attempt to discuss the issues in a sensitive compartmented information facility. Officials have informed them that Grush doesn't possess the necessary security clearance at present. This means that Grush is currently restricted from engaging in discussions within the sensitive compartmented information facility. In a comprehensive and neutral tone, the interviewee expressed his frustration with the current situation, believing that although it may take some time, they will eventually reach their destination. He emphasized that he is personally eager to proceed, as well as confident that the American public shares the same sentiment. Luna contended that the establishment of a sensitive compartmented information facility with Grush would significantly enhance the comprehension of lawmakers regarding the necessary legislation concerning unidentified aerial phenomena. She expressed her endorsement for legislation that aims to declassify information pertaining to these phenomena. In light of the increasing bipartisan attention towards promoting government transparency regarding unidentified aerial phenomena, there is a pressing need to establish robust reporting protocols for UAP sightings in both military and commercial airspace. Additionally, it is imperative to highlight the importance of imposing stricter penalties for any attempts to intimidate or suppress whistleblowers who come forward with information relating to UAPs. This issue has gained significant significance in recent times and calls for a comprehensive and thorough examination. There is currently a provision in the Senate's version of the Annual Defense Authorization Bill, inserted by Sen's Mike Rounds and Chuck Schumer, that would force federal government agencies to hand over UAP records to a review panel with the power to declassify them. The bill, known as the National Defense Authorization Act, must be reconciled with the House's version, so the initiative could still be stripped out. In his efforts to enhance air travel, Burchett made an endeavor to propose an amendment to a Federal Aviation Administration bill that was passed on July 20th. The proposed amendment aimed to establish a requirement for reporting unidentified aerial phenomenon sightings to Congress. Unfortunately, this initiative was thwarted, prompting Luna to comment that it signifies a challenging journey lies ahead of them. In the event that lawmakers are unable to gain access to a secure compartmented information facility, they have another option available to them, known as the Holman Rule. This rule can be invoked as a way to strip the salary of a specific government position, fire civil servants, or cut a particular program. During the hearing, Representative Andy Ogles, a member of the Republican Party representing Tennessee, expressed his strong determination to take action. He declared that he will personally step forward as a volunteer to initiate the Holman Rule against any individual in a governmental position, any program, or any agency that obstructs or denies Congress's access to information and resources. The Holman Rule is a powerful tool wielded by the House of Representatives that empowers them to take actions such as reducing the salary of a specific government position, terminating the employment of civil servants, or slashing funding for particular programs. In response to Grush's testimony before lawmakers, where he revealed the existence of a clandestine government initiative known as the UAP Crash Retrieval and Reverse Engineering Program, Ogles made a commitment to investigate the matter further. Grush's assertions were based on extensive interviews conducted with 40 witnesses, leading him to firmly believe that the government possesses extraterrestrial crafts. Someone found this huge object above the eastern Pacific. It was captured using the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Tropical Pacific Weather Channel. The man who found it put the recording on a loop, and during this, a huge triangular object appears. Oddly enough, the man stated that the object is around half the size of Mexico. The triangular object was caught hovering above the ocean and was detected by satellite. The man who found it said that he's never seen anything like it, noting that he often checks this live camera feed, and nothing of this size has ever showed up before. The man went on to explain that the object was visible for over 7 hours, saying that it wasn't just a random cloud formation or glitch, and said that it stayed in the same location. These black triangle objects have been witnessed for several decades now, with researchers into the unknown saying that sightings can be traced back hundreds of years. These enigmatic triangular crafts have been spotted all over the world, leading to fervent speculation and debate among researchers and enthusiasts. Black triangle sightings began to gain prominence in the late 1980s and early 1990s. Witnesses described these crafts as large, dark, silent, and triangular in shape, often with bright lights at each corner. These sightings caught the attention of researchers, who were intrigued by the consistent descriptions from witnesses around the globe. Black triangles have been reported in various countries, including the United States, United Kingdom, Mexico, and Japan. Witnesses describe seeing these crafts hovering silently in the sky or moving at high speeds. The origins of these black triangles remain a subject of speculation and debate. Several hypotheses have been proposed to explain these sightings. Skeptics argue that black triangles are classified military aircraft undergoing testing or surveillance operations. The secretive nature of military programs could explain the lack of public acknowledgement. Interestingly, though, various eyewitnesses have reported seeing these black triangles hovering above the ocean. While many unidentified objects are witnessed in the skies above land, there is a growing body of evidence and speculation that suggests these objects may also have a significant interest in the oceans. One of the primary reasons these objects might be interested in the oceans is the abundance of water. Earth is the only planet known to have vast oceans of liquid water, a precious resource that could be of immense value to advanced civilizations. Water is essential for sustaining life as we know it, and it is possible that unidentified objects are searching for or monitoring Earth's oceans in their quest for habitable environments. The oceans represent some of the most unexplored and diverse ecosystems on Earth. These deep and largely unknown environments harbour an incredible variety of life forms, many of which are yet to be discovered by humans. It is conceivable that these objects, equipped with advanced sensing technologies, are interested in studying these unique ecosystems and their inhabitants to better understand the diversity of life in the universe. One intriguing theory put forth by some researchers is the possibility of submerged bases in Earth's oceans. If unidentified objects are of advanced origin, it is conceivable that they might have established bases underwater to remain hidden and undetected from human observation. These underwater bases could serve as research outposts or staging areas for their activities on Earth. Numerous sightings have been reported in close proximity to marine life, particularly with regard to encounters with whales and dolphins. Some witnesses have described these objects emerging from or submerging into the ocean, suggesting a connection between unidentified objects and marine life. This has led some researchers to speculate about potential communication or interaction between these objects and Earth's intelligent marine species. Another speculative theory is that unidentified objects may be interested in extracting resources from the oceans. Earth's oceans contain vast amounts of minerals and elements, some of which may be scarce or highly valuable in other parts of the universe. Advanced civilizations may view our oceans as a potential source of valuable resources, leading them to explore or exploit these underwater reserves. The oceans are also home to various forms of energy, including geothermal vents, which release hot, mineral-rich water from beneath the Earth's surface. Such energy sources could be of interest to advanced civilizations seeking sustainable and renewable energy solutions. These aircrafts might be monitoring or harnessing these energy reserves to power their craft or other technologies. The vastness and depth of the oceans offer a convenient environment for concealment and surveillance. These aircrafts could use the ocean as a hiding place or base of operations, especially given that human exploration and surveillance technologies are less developed underwater than in space or on land. The ocean's depths also provide an effective shield against human detection. As of right now, the Earth's oceans are a fascinating and mysterious aspect of the broader phenomenon. While there is no definitive evidence to confirm the reasons behind this apparent attraction, numerous scientific theories and speculative ideas offer plausible explanations. Whether these objects are drawn to Earth's oceans for resources, water, or the study of marine life, their presence and activities remain one of the greatest enigmas of our time. This isn't the first time that something like this has been detected, and former workers have come forward and detailed that these objects are occasionally witnessed. Back in 2008, a team of National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration scientists embarked on a routine research expedition aboard their state-of-the-art research vessel. Their mission was to study marine life and oceanic currents in the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean. However, one of the workers said that this voyage would lead them to an encounter that would defy their understanding of the world. As the vessel sailed through the tranquil waters, the scientists immersed themselves in their work, meticulously collecting data and observing marine creatures. Dr. Walker, the lead marine biologist, had always been fascinated by the mysteries of the deep sea. As night fell, the team continued their observations under the shimmering moonlight. Suddenly, an unusual blip appeared on the ship's radar, catching the attention of Dr. Walker and the crew. They were puzzled by the mysterious signal, as there were no other vessels reported in the vicinity. With a sense of anticipation, the crew followed the radar signal, leading them to an area where the ocean currents seemed to converge. As they approached, an eerie silence enveloped the ship, broken only by the gentle lapping of the waves against the hull. Then, out of the darkness, a breathtaking sight unfolded before them. A massive, triangle-shaped object hovered above the water, emitting a soft, ethereal glow. The mysterious craft seemed to defy the laws of physics, maintaining a steady position in the air without any visible means of propulsion. Amidst the astonishment, Dr. Walker quickly grabbed her camera and began capturing images of the otherworldly spectacle. The crew members, equally mesmerized, exchanged bewildered glances as they tried to make sense of the inexplicable sighting. Captain Reynolds radioed to other National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration vessels that were in the area, reporting their sighting with an air of incredulity. The situation was unprecedented, and the crew knew that their encounter would be met with skepticism back home. As the night wore on, the enigmatic triangle object remained suspended above the ocean, seemingly unbothered by the presence of the workers. Dr. Walker and her team observed the object's peculiar light patterns, noting how it occasionally emitted bright flashes before dimming again. Suddenly, the object started to move, gliding noiselessly across the sky. The crew watched in awe as it soared effortlessly above the water, leaving behind a faint trail of shimmering light. The object then made a quick getaway and was not seen for the rest of the mission. Oddly enough, the cameras were taken from the crew, and they were told not to speak of their encounter. So, what do you make of this mysterious object? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.